shark. Do 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 do. Hope. Good morning, everybody. I see Bricken and Sander. I see Bricken's talking about bugs and stuff and glitches. I actually have an interesting theory on the example that he gave there, which I'll touch on after I'm done reading this. Did you know that it's Albedo's birthday? It's Albabus's birthday. Let me just read this real quick. Timaeus has been downcast for some time. Although he hasn't said much, I suspect his experiment to create an immaculate flower for his beloved has failed. Thus, I fear, might still be too challenging for him. I chose not to assist. However, he must earn his success alone for it to hold any true value. And I trust that he hasn't forgotten his original intent. Whether it be flower or ash, what truly matters is not losing the way due to a momentary setback on the journey. Speaking of which, how is the journey in that land going? By chance, I came across a few pieces of spinel fruit from that land. Some ancient texts mention that these crystals have been related to phlogiston. The refining and preservation of phlogiston within an alchemical creation is a subject that intrigues me greatly. As such, would you be interested in exploring this with me? If needed, I can serve as your assistant this time. My knowledge should prove useful. Fascinating. Hey, Foxy and Squid. What's up, guys? Hadoken! You know, it's funny that you Hadoukened me today, because I'm buying myself a present today. Also, I did the Sarian thing last night, the web event. So, free 40 Primo Gems. Who's Foxy? You're Foxy. Don't give me that. It's too early for this. I will throw you. I will missile drop kick you in the chest. Hey, Blue Tiger, what's up, dude? Alright, so, to kind of touch on the thing Sander's talking about. Yeah, new region is, you know, it's not unlikely it's going to come with its own, like, host of, like, bugs and stuff. So that's not, like, unusual, I guess, but I'll give an example here.
A walk would be nice.
Do I have any team that runs her with Zhongli in it already that I can just save a step here? No, I don't. Okay, this will work, though. This is fine. Yeah, that web event was cute. It gave me, I had some laughs with it. PC's on today, nice. Strix, you remember the platform? Yep. I'm about to talk about that. So, here's the thing. It requires a geoconstruct, which Kachina's Twirly Whirly is considered a geoconstruct, but I think it's programmed differently. So, where all geoconstructs use the same rules and, like, regulations to it, hers doesn't. So, it's not that I don't think that it's, like, a bug. It's not that I don't think it's a glitch. I don't think it's a glitch in the sense, like, it's code not working. I think it's an oversight. I don't think it was, like, even included. I don't even think they did it. Oz and Amber's bunny work, too. Are you sure about that? I don't know about Oz, because Oz doesn't make any sense. You know what the funny thing is? Actually, here's the irony of that. What you're saying there, about Oz and Baron Bunny triggering it, that would actually probably more likely be a glitch, if I'm being honest, because the intention for pretty much all of those buttons are geoconstructs. Like, if you even look at them, like, yeah, they're meant to be used with geoconstructs. Which Oz and Baron Bunny are certainly not. In fact, Oz doesn't even touch the ground, so honestly, I think that's more of a bug than what the other thing is. But here's the thing. Here's the difference between the regular geoconstructs and why they would work, and why I think Kachina's... Now, again, I don't think it's intentional. I think they forgot. Like, I think this is... Also, my camera's in a weird spot. I don't like that. There we go. It's better. So, you can't move it. It's stuck in the ground. If something really large touches it, it'll break. Also, that's what I sent you with Kachina and the Sumeru jumping mushrooms. Okay, we'll check on that in a second. But yeah, you throw this thing down. It's a geoconstruct, but here's the thing. I can move it. And it's not breakable. This is the only geoconstruct in the game that's indestructible. Every other geoconstruct, if it gets stepped on by a large enemy, it breaks. Twirly Whirly doesn't. So it has different programming and rules associated with it. So I think, if anything, they forgot the functionality, not that it's not working. It's something that should be fixed, and they should add it, but I don't think it's a bug in the traditional sense. And also, DBZ fan, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Let's see what Sandra sent me. So, I don't really know what I'm looking at with this. I already knew about the button thing. I'd seen that, like, the day before. Let me go find a Sumu mushroom. I can get a better idea of what this is supposed to be getting at. Oh, shut. Oh, big God. It's too early. It's so early and we're already doing science. At least I don't have to pull out MS Paint. So, if I were to... So I jump on this, obviously. Oh god, landing on this is going to be rough. Okay. Well, what's weird about that? It is an extent... When she's riding it, it's an extension of her. Like, she's connected to it, so... Wait. Healthy bar? Oh! You take fall damage. You know what? That's not just Kachina. That's, that was also happening with, Mulani. Oh. Yeah, okay. You know what the problem with it is? I think I see what's happening there. And I think... I don't know how to fix it. I'm not a coder. I'm not a programmer. But I know where you start looking for it. It's basically... It's triggering fall damage too fast. So... They shouldn't be hitting fall damage yet, but, like... Yeah. But yeah, thankfully, most of these bugs... with the exception of the fall damage one, because that did actually affect us, don't really affect gameplay that badly. So, at the very least, they're minor. Like, nothing that, like, is affecting the experience. And I didn't find any of them, again, except for the Mulani one. Which is a very odd thing. Still don't know why the fall damage is so high. Let's do something else. Who do I want to run? I guess we'll run around with Sethos a little bit more. Or perhaps... Oh, actually, I need to check something. Hold on. We want to work on this too, right? I can't afford this, thankfully, so I bring that up to 5. That was the wrong bow. I mean, I need to level it up anyway, but that was the wrong one. I meant to look at this one. Okay. Today is Friday, so that is a tomorrow day. Okay, we're farming money today. Sprix need any materials today. Yeah, I do, actually, potentially. I need the, but I can wait until tomorrow, so I'm not in any hurry. I do, but there's no rush. Like, I can just chill and take my time.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me lead. Way ahead.
Out of the way. Don't mind if I do. Let's do this then.
Domain expansion. Okay, so I will say, compared to the other version of this team when we were doing double Electro, I definitely feel the difference of not having that. Like, the energy fall off is really bad. Dory actually is really good for this. It's kind of wild. Well, there goes one way to play NA for me. Also, why is my Wi-Fi so doo-doo right now? I have no idea. Wi-Fi is pain. Oh, hey, Bricken! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Everyone, give Bricken some cookies in the chat. This is a pleasant surprise. I got issued my new keys for my apartment building today. Oh, that's good. So Sethos plays like Ganyu, sort of. He has like 2 distinct playstyles. Maybe in like a hybrid one in between. One is where he starts doing like big charge shots, and then the other one he does normal attacks. But his normal attacks are charge shots still, so it's weird. Sander, if you're talking about the very unique choice of visual design that they chose for one of the bone structures, I am aware of it. I literally saw it this morning. Happy Friday, lads. Happy Friday, AO. What's up, AO? Yeah, we don't need to see that. No one needs to see that. Let's see. Let's build a team. Let's try it a little differently. Let's go with... We'll try double dendro with it.
In the name of the princessin.
So we can run every single bow ever. Let's do a little bit of science. Let's see what's better. Oh, excuse me. Kazuha's probably going to be better. With, like, Dory and stuff, but... I'll be curious to see how this holds up. Hey, Ivy, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Zhongli has a big heart. Well, Zhongli has a big heart. Well, my grandfather had a big heart, had the heart of a lion, as well as a lifetime ban from the zoo. Yeah, don't worry about it, AO. I know what he's talking about. It's, it is literally a, bone structure, like a skeleton, and one of the joints looks very suspiciously like something else. Oh, this is probably worse. But then again, I wasn't getting my dendro procs there. I need something with some big health bar. The energy was good, though. The energy was really good. I'll have to do a little bit more testing on that. I need something with a bigger health bar that I can, like, stay in on for a while. But it seems decent. No more school, but after the weekend, it's school for real, for real. Yep, that's how school works. That's how school works. You go there until the weekend, and then you have the weekend off, and then you go to school again after the weekend. That's crazy. That's wild. Anyway, we're just going to be doing a little bit of runaround for a little bit, now that people are starting to trickle in. I just want to get my resin dealt with, my dailies, make sure that's all, like, synced up still and, like, in line. And then I got a tier list open. It'll take a minute or two to get it, like, organized, but, I have something I want to talk about, and I just got to think of, like, I want to get some opinions. Some, dare I say, some onions, even. We're getting our full dendro bonus. Is this good? I don't know if it's better or not. I mean, the total damage is probably better, because now we can squeeze Fischl in here, and Fischl's is ridiculous. Like, I just summoned the Oz, and now all of a sudden he's just dead. Oz shot him once, and he just healed over. It was insane. Now, unfortunately, I wish I could credit the right person, because there was someone who came up with the idea about the tier list I'm going to do today, about helping out people with 4 stars. It's like a 4-star tier list, sort of. But it's not like just who's the best 4-star. It's, I'm doing something a little different. And I want to credit the right person in my chat. I just don't remember who it was. I should have taken a note. It's interesting that Honkai Impact 3rd isn't on Hoyo Play. Is it not? Are you sure it's not? Because if I go into if I log into Hoyo Play, like the thing, I don't even have Star Rail on there. It's just Zenless Zone Zero and Genshin, and I know that's not the other one should be there. Hey Arrow, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Arrow, did you know that Arrow is a powerful spell in Final Fantasy? It does wind damage.
The Temple of Wisdom. By royal decree, the statue was sealed.
Only free for 2 weeks. Now that's something you'll love to hear. That is fantastic.
Behind you. Committed to memory. Wings of darkness.
Now the theory here is, does it work? It's close. If I can get him like a smidgen of ER, I think I can actually combine both playstyles and literally do a full rotation and include a barrage of normal attacks into a couple of charge shots. No, I didn't know that. It's true. It's damn true. Also, did you know that I'm kind of a nerd? I'm sort of a dork. It says coming soon. Really? Huh. Weird. Considering it's like I would say it's like their first. That was like their first hit, I think. So surprised that wouldn't be there.
Let's finish this fast. Make yourselves at home.
I couldn't have guessed. I know. I hide it so well.
The doctor was seen.
Seems like an emergency. Move or be moved. Excuse me. On you. A bitter pill to swallow.
He gets brought up fully, and yeah, okay. You know what?
Good show.
I think you can actually do both. If that's the case, that's pretty awesome, actually. One more of these should finish this up. But yeah, so we'll be starting that tier list thing. I have most of it put together. I tried to get most of it ready before stream started, but I have to just I have to organize it a little bit. So as soon as I get, basically, I'm just gonna do this until my dailies are done.
By royal decree.
Remember, health comes first.
We'll get the dailies done, and then we'll head on over. Don't you dare put a shield up. I am not in the mood for that right now.
As you wish, me. Mind the side effects. Excuse me?
That goes for you too, bucko. Hey, what did I just say? Hey.
This isn't good.
Leave him alone for 1 second and he puts a shield up. God damn it. Is winning a 50-50 even a real thing? Only on Hoyo. It only happens to the plants on Hoyo Lab. They're not actually real people. It's all a conspiracy. All right, we'll spend the last bit of our resin after, but I think I want to get started. I think we're in a time. We are in a time. I think we are in a position to get started. I think we have enough people here. I forgot I have Kazuo on NA. Oh, you have a lot of good characters on NA, man.
Add Astra.
Like, your NA account is, like, in such a good position to, like, just do well if you really wanted to, like, buckle down with it. It's kind of funny. Okay. Anything else I want to do or need to do before I switch gears? Is there any new event other than Bomberman? Nope. And is there any other notices to take note of? Just the web event, I think, and probably them acknowledging that the shit's borked. Yes, I win 50-50. Fun fact, I got my Yelan and Cloran with 50-50. Must be nice. Must be nice. And I can barely do a domain solo for artifacts. Well, you're kind of early for artifacts still, so like that makes some sense. Okay, let me make this look nice and neat and tidy. Full screen. And here we go. So this is our tier list. You can see I've organized it from C0 to C6. And we're going to go ahead and just remove all the 5 stars. Because we're not rating 5 stars today. We are rating... This is all about the 4 stars. Almost put Ningguang on there. I'm just like picking them out as I go. No particular order. Just need to get them all... Just need them all shoved off, basically. Just push them off a cliff. There's a lot... Man, this game has a lot of 5 stars. This game has a lot of 5 stars. Holy shit. Why is there so many 5 stars? Debatable. Okay, well, she's not even in the game yet anyway. Okay, working my way backwards now. God, this game has so many 5 stars. Jesus Christ. 5 star. 5 star. Too many 5 stars. Stop it. Go away. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done, I think. Wandeezy. Nari. Alright. Yado. Yelan. Okay, I might have gotten them all. Oh, yes, I know. Alright, I think I got them all. Okay, so there is our 5 stars. I'm going to put them, I'm going to organize this. Let's get them to the top because I don't want to look at them. There we go. That looks a lot nicer. You forgot Kaching. Did I? Did I forget Kaching? Did I? She's demoted to a 4-star. Damn. Hate to see it. Oh, did I miss Zhongli? I did miss Zhongli. Wow, there's more 5 stars than 4 stars. Huh. Huh. There's a lot of 5 stars in this game. God damn. Okay, so I think I got everyone now, and I don't think I accidentally put any 4 stars up there. So, this is what this tier list is going to be all about. It's not rating them based on if they're good or not, because everyone knows that Shincho's S tier, right? Like, everyone knows that. Everyone's seen that before. But here's an interesting idea, though, that someone gave me. For newer players, and even more experienced players, I think I'm gonna... Like, I knew they were probably about the same. I didn't realize the discrepancy was, like, that big, though, because it looks like there's quite a lot more of them. Alright, let me do a little intro here. So, someone gave me the idea to do a tier list to help newer players, as well as more experienced and seasoned players, to pick their 4 stars. What 4 stars are the best ones? Which ones should they be looking for? Which ones are the best for their account? And it's a really common question. So, with that, let me ask you a question. At what constellation does a 4-star pop off? When do they become that monster powerhouse that everyone thinks they are? Yeah, everyone knows Zhongling is great, but what constellation does she get really good? Where is she like, oh, now she's a monster, that's the crazy one, right? So, we're going to talk about it. We're going to go through every single 4-star currently in the game and lay out exactly what constellation do they get good at. Hey Kendra, welcome to the stream. How's it going, man? Dude, man, person, guy. Yeah, what con do they become meta? That's a good way of looking at it. So, let me organize this a little bit. Put this back over there. I think everyone should be more or less in the right spot, because I'm going to do this in chronological order. Lisa. So, Lisa... We'll start with Lisa. Lisa's like, you know... Actually, let's start with Amber. Let's start with Amba. Amba is a strange one, because I don't think there's any one constellation that really makes her pop off. Because she never really hits that high. Not really. And the original 3, I'll look high here, because they don't have banners. They never get banners. So, it's a weird thing for them, so I feel like... let's sum through her cons. Let's go look at Amba. Real quick, we're gonna take a little look-see over at Amba. I don't know where she is. I feel like she should be down here, no? There's a faster way of doing this, I'm sure of it, but I know there is, actually. So, like, C1 gives her the charge shot thing, which is, like, not great. C2 is fine. Again, it's fine, like, for doing cheesy stuff with that, and then... attack buff. I'm gonna just put C0 for her, because like I said, she doesn't really get one that really makes her all that great. Are you recording? Yeah, I'm recording. Her A4 is the best part of her kit. Yeah, exactly. Like her cons don't really offer that much. I guess you could argue, like, you know what? I'm gonna be controversial here. I'm gonna say C2. Yeah, I know I know about the grid view. I was kind of being facetious. So her C2 gives her the chance, like, she can blow up her Baron Bunnies now for extra damage. So, like, if you're trying to do any kind of DPS build, that's usually your go-to. It's like the only thing in your kit that ends up getting, like, really good scaling. So, like, we could make the argument that they're harder to get, so maybe we don't bother with them, but I think we should. I think we can talk about them. So I'll put Amber in C2, actually. Because she does get that one constellation that kind of changes her playstyle, but it's whatever. Lisa C6. Lisa's not a C0. Lisa's absolutely C6. Lisa at C6 becomes a very different kind of character where she comes on field and just blows everyone up very quickly. Because her scaling's really high. She hits really hard, potentially. But unfortunately, it's not until that C6 where you can do it consistently. Like, that's the point where, like, Lisa's, like, truly viable as, like, a 4-star character. Before that, she's, like, a fine character. She's okay. C0 is good support. No, she's not, though. It's not good. Yeah, she gets a defense shred with no way of getting energy back. So, like, that's not good. That's really bad, actually. She's a good Hyper Bloom driver at C0. If you want to be, like, make an argument for that. Like, yeah, at C0, she can do Hyper Bloom. But as, like, an actual, like, in her own, like, where she pops off and becomes, like, a really good character, definitely C6. Yeah, that's one example, Sander, but even then, it's, like, it's so niche, because, like, why would you choose Lisa in that case when you could just do Kujo Sara, if that's the angle you're taking? No, she needs the constellations, man, because she can't even get energy back without constellations. Not really. It hurts, man. Kaya's an interesting one to talk about, though, because Kaya's good out of the box. All of his constellations make him better, but, like, he is so good out of the box. So, I don't know if there's any constellation that really makes him, like, explode. I think all of them are just, like, good minor upgrades. They're just upgrades on the things he's already doing. So, like, does he pop off at C0? Yeah, I'd say so. Maybe Mono Electro, but not many people play that. Yeah, exactly. Not many people are running Mono Electro, and Mono Electro actually has been, like, mostly replaced by Overload anyway. Like, Mono Electro, you mean Overload? It's just better. It's just better. But I think Kai is C0. I think Kai is a C0 guy, like, because, like, all of his stuff don't really change anything about him that he's already good at. They just make those things a little bit better. He just gets a little bit better with every con. Versus, like, say, Elisa or, like, some other characters that really need the cons to be, like, really powerful. Noelle. Okay, I hate doing this to my girl, but she's a C6 girl. She's a C6 girl. She needs that constellation. She gets that constellation, but she becomes a monster truck. That's the thing that makes her good, right? Like, this is my answer. Like, no one, I don't think anyone else can really, like, she's insane. She's a high maintenance girl, but she's a good girl. She's very powerful, but she needs that C6 to be really good. Not much to say on that. C6 gives her full defense scaling while her burst is active, and then, yeah, it's an extra 50%. Like, it's insane. It's a gigantic damage jump, and it, like, makes her viable as a DPS on her own. Barbruh. Okay, Barbruh's a weird one, because she heals out of the box at C0. And she's pretty good at it, but she does have a con that I do want to talk about. And I don't know where she ends up. I should just do this. this would be probably much easier to find. There she is. And it's probably C1. Because C1 just generating energy, because she can't do that on her own particularly well. So being able to just do that is really good. And then C2 gives you the hydro damage bonus to your active character, which is really good. And then more energy at C4. And then C6 is the auto-res. So, like, where do we think Barbruh steps up her game? I think it's C1. Hey, Jigsaw Torture, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I think C1. I think I'm inclined to agree with C1. Because, like I said, she can't generate energy, and her burst is really good as a heal. It's like push button, full heal your party. It's nice. Okay. Seems like most people agree. Sucrose. Let's look at the Sucrose cons, shall we? I feel like the first batch, we didn't really have to look at them too much, but now we have to have conversations. Now we have to have a difficult talk. So the extra charge is obviously very good for her skill. Helps her with her energy. More duration on the burst, that's super good. This is a cool ability, but it's not like game-breaking. Like, if she's a driver, like, there's a team comp where this is really good, but there's, like, only one team comp. But then there's this one. Sucrose is good out of the box because she's Animo, but she really, really takes off at C6, doesn't she? So this is where the argument comes in. At what point do we say, well, the C6 is a gigantic jump, but is she good enough out of the box? She has 2 jumps. Yeah, the first jump's at C0 because she's already great. What are you doing this? What is this? Is it Paimon? It is Paimon. What we're doing is a tier list of all the 4-star characters, and we're rating them based on what constellation do they become relatively good. When do they get their power spike? When's their power spike? When are they at their most viable? Like, obviously C6 is, like, best for most characters, but a lot of characters, they have a particular constellation, or maybe they don't have any constellations that they particularly need. So, like, my example here being Kaya. Kaya doesn't really need any constellations to be good. But to be good, Noelle needs 6 constellations. She needs her C6 to be really good. C1. I'm inclined to somewhat agree, because the double skill is really good. Because it's like a lot of crowd control, the damage is good, lots of swirls, gives her lots of energy, like, it's very good. Aloy has constellations too. Oh, of course. She's also not a 5, she's not a 4-star, she's a 3-star. So she's not in this conversation, thankfully. So, I'm inclined to agree with you. Also, I feel like we need music. Actually, no, we don't need music. I'll add the music in post. I will add music in post this time. Sucrose is probably the hardest one we've gotten so far. Because there's a lot of arguments to be made. Is she good? Is she so good out of the box that C0 is all you need? Does that C1 make enough of a difference where you're like, man, having that second skill is so big and it's just like so necessary? Or do we acknowledge that that C6 like power spike is insane? Because the C6 power spike is nuts. Like, that's the thing that turns her into a mini Kazuha. But she's so good out of the box, so, like, she's a tough one. Official's a C0 girl, does a lot of damage to their A4. Yeah, that is true. Her C6 is monstrously good, but I think people overrate it sometimes. Sack Fragments does exist. Well, actually, that's the funny thing. A lot of the time, it's still her best weapon, so when you have the C1, you still run Sack Fragments on her, so you can do it 3 times. What's better than doing your skill twice? Doing it 3 times. Just saying. You make a good point, Ivy. But 3 is a bigger number than 2. Personally, that's where I started paying attention to her. Okay. This is tough. Like I said, because she's so good right away, I'm going to leave her at C1 for now. We might come back and touch on this one. Like, we might come back to her and talk about it again. We might, like, maybe we'll set a precedent later on that would make it that, like, okay, no, we want to put Sucrose in, like, C6. Like, there's a universe where that happens. Fischl. Fischl's probably going to be a C0 girl. There's a good chance. Like, we'll take a look at the cons. There's like a 90% chance she's going there, but there's a small chance that we might change gears here. I just need to find her. Oh, she's up top right now. Right. She's in my party right now. Because this is fine. This is a physical con. This is nice because it's a little extra damage. Extra damage. This is really nice. It's all very good. Yeah, I think C0. A ghost just open your door. Yeah, her name's Kazumi. She does that sometimes. She just comes in here, opens the door, and then leaves. Pay her no mind. I'll shut my door again, and then she'll open it again. Yeah, I think Fischl's a C0 girl. Yeah, her C6 is really good, but it's mostly just, like... It takes her to, like, a new level of application, rather than, like, making her, like, broken. She's just good without it. She's a C0 girl. You get Fischl at any point. You don't need any cons. Cons make her better, but, like, you don't need any of them for her to be great. Oh boy, Razor. Okay, let's talk about Razor. Okay. Oh boy. I don't know Razor's cons very well. So, he generates a lot of particles, so more damage is more good. He has a crit rate execute, which is interesting, I guess. It's not very good, though. He has a defense shred, which is actually quite good. Like, just using his skill, just 50 is damage stuff, and then every 10 seconds, starts up, normal attack release, deals damage of lightning damage. C4? Yeah, I guess C4. If you're serious about your Razor gameplay, you're probably here for the defense shred. I would imagine. Because nothing here really screams, yeah, wow, Razor's good now. This is the closest you're gonna get. Razor's in a weird spot. He's a physical character. He's sort of like Amber, where he, like, never really gets that, like, sick pop-off, but he does have he has a spike. It's just, unfortunately, the peak of that spike isn't very high. He's a better mob cleaver than a boss destroyer. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Most bosses, like, don't... Bosses do not give two shits about your physical damage, unfortunately. Not bad, though. So, the next one should be pretty obvious. It's C1. Bennett C1 is good. It changes how he's played. It makes him significantly better. And I will show you what the C1 is for those who don't know or don't remember. Bennett C1 is, that's C2. It basically gets rid of his healing restriction. So, normally, Bennett will either buff or heal. If you're below 70% health or whatever, I think it's 70. If you're below 70% health, it heals you. If you're above 70% health, it buffs you. This makes it so both can be true. While it's healing, you're also being buffed. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, this is kind of a must. If you really want to use Bennett and have him be, like, the Beninator that we all, like, talk about and, like, how broken he is, it's the C1 that does it. I mean, C2's good. All of his constellations are good. Even this one's actually kind of okay. Does an okay amount of damage. The C6 is great when you think about it. But, yeah, C1's the one where he pops off, though. That's pretty... I think that's not, negotiable. Yeah. Ning Wong. So, Ning Wong, I think, might be a C6 girl. I'll pull up the constellation so you get, for those who don't know it, we can see it. Yeah, if without the C1, I don't think he has that, like, the broken power level that he's made out to be. So let's look at C1. So her normal attacks get splash damage at C1. The Jade Screen gets you get a second Jade Screen effectively, which is cool. You get elemental resistance increase with Jade Scream, which is whatever, but it's this one. You can argue C1 maybe. Hey, Freakification, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. This is so weird to me because it's almost like they created a flaw to immediately fix with his first con. It is interesting, isn't it? I think it was an old philosophy because they used to do that a lot, I think.
The oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
Good shit. So, you haven't missed too much yet. Well, I'll re-go over it if you like, but you haven't missed too much. So, yeah, getting the splash damage on the rocks, but this is a really crazy power spike and actually, like... I think this gives her, like, some viability as a DPS. This gives her, like, some legitimacy as it, because being able to shoot off 7 of the stars at once is really good. It's a lot of damage. I don't have the returning thing anymore. Uh-oh. You ran out of time. I guess. I don't know. So... I want to say C6, but I'll hear what other people have to say. I sang and screamed my heart out from a 2-hour Linkin Park concert video on YouTube. Voice is a bit fried. That will do that. Since she's going to be a DPS, I think C6. I'm inclined to agree. Like, C1 gives her, like, the splash damage is cool. And is nice for, like, a lot of things, but I think C6 is where she gets, like, the noticeable stuff. C2 is a game changer, C1 is for AoE group damage. I can see that, because getting the second Jade screen is really good. But, I don't know. Hey, Foxy. Oh, Foxy wishes he had C6, so yeah. Strictly speaking, I feel like her first spike is C1, but her C6 is the most dramatic jump, yeah. I think C6 was what gives her viability. Because all of a sudden, she loses a chunk of her clunkiness, and on top of that, it makes her viable in sort of a quick swap setting. So it gives her more viability and more team comps. It makes her just a little bit stronger. Like, and all of her other roles, like, it's good. I'm gonna go with C6. She's gonna be one of those ones we might come back to. We might come back to that one. Baydodo. Yeah, it's big PP damage. I agree with that. Baydodo. Where is Baydodo? So, Beidou is a very interesting one because she is very good. She's good out of the box, but no one knows what Beidou does, so no one knows. So C1 gives her the shield from her burst, which is actually kind of good. It's not that big, but like it's nice. Yeah, when you're competing, when you're a DPS trying to compete with like 5 stars, you really want like every edge you can get. C2 is obviously crazy good because the more jumps is more good. C4 kind of sucks, honestly. It's not great. And C6 is really, really good. Like, C6 is, like, crazy good. Because 15% Electro Res Shred is really nice. It's push button, shred resistance, do damage. And other than that, it's between C2 and C6 with her, I think. C6 is, like, sort of, like, part of, like, what she's known for. Like, that shred is really good. But I think 2 is, like, the additional bounces, I think, is, like, what makes it good. C3 is also good. Well, C2, I assume you mean. But yeah, C2. I think C2 is the bigger spike. I think C2 is, like, the one that makes you go, like, okay, now I want to use her. Hey, Sander, what's up, man? Welcome back. So, I'm going to look at it like this. Maybe there's a better way of looking at this. Rather than it just being, oh, where's the best power spike? It's more like, what is the con that makes you go, okay, now I want to use them? Hey, Pegs, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How's life treating you today? Yeah, I think it's C2. So, yeah, that's the way I think I'm going to start looking at these a little more. It's the question not of where do they become good, it's when do I want to start using them? When am I excited to use them? And it's like, ooh, I get more bounces? Okay, yeah. The shield is significant, but it's not really her focus, right? Like, everyone, like, the shield is like oh, that's super nice, I like that. But it's not super nice until you start using it. You know what I mean? Like, once you use it, you're like, oh, I get it. But before you start using it, you're like, it's okay. I think C2 is the cooler one. Shincho. I'm gonna put him in 4 for now. Let's talk about it. The real buff is Beto's burst triggering Shogun. Yeah. C6 or C3? Oh, I'm not including the level up ones, but I see your point on that. I see your point. So, his C6 is super good. His C6 is, like, nigh game-changing. Because I think most people, when they think of how broken Shincho is, they're thinking of his C6. But... like, this is good. C2 giving Hydro Shred. There's another Shred showing up, but this one's a lot earlier. Water Boy has a good buff that gives 20% Hydro Res. Yeah. Yeah, he's just good. I successfully failed at playing bumper cars for another day. Nice, good job. C0 Shincho. Is he, like, the powerhouse everyone knows him to be at C0? Because C4 is a really good spike, too. This is actually, like, a really good constellation, and C6 is insane. I think it might be the C6, honestly. Like, C0, he's already good, but, like, my god. So, yeah, this question is hard, actually. He's a tough one. He's another tough one. Because his C4 is good. His C6 is insanity. His C2's really good. He's really good out of the box. I don't know if he's viable. I think he's viable before C6. I think C6 is what makes him keep up with Yelan. But I think, you know what? Let's look at it this way. Was I excited to use Shincho before C6? No. Was I excited to use him when I got his C6? Very much so. I don't know with him. He's a tough one. You can go for C4 or 6, but you can keep him at C0 and play. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Maybe this is sacrilege. I think I will put him in C0 because, like, I think he's so good out of the box that you can grab him and be happy using him before any constellation. Like, he's a really hard one to rate, if I'm being honest. Yeah, like, as a new player, he's a really good C0. Like, he's really good at C0, and then he just gets better and better. Like, every constellation is a spike for him, basically. Yeah. Yeah, at C6, his Hydro application goes from very good to, like, bonkers. He goes from, like, good to insane. That's his range. I don't see any change between C6 and 5. I had C5 for months. His sword hits, like, his burst is hitting, like, 5 more times. Or, like, up to, like, 2 or 3 more times per attack. And also, he's never out of energy. Because he's just generating infinite energy. If you're building a new account, I'd rather have a C0 than many other 4-star C6s. You know what? That's a fair point. That's a fair point. So, he's going to be a C6 guy. Or a C0 guy. Because he's so good at C0... and if you can get cons, he's great. He gets better. But you don't need them. Yeah, C6 is literally Yelan. That's when he keeps up with a 5-star, and that's insane. Yeah. I think let's not overcomplicate it. I don't want to add more tiers if I can avoid it, but I agree with the sentiment, AO. Pyronado. Yep. I don't even have to argue with... It's nice when I don't have to argue with Sander. It's C4. Everyone knows it's C4. Like the explosive. We all know this. If you don't know it, I'll show you why. I'll show you exactly why it's her C4. It is insane. It's very simple. It's super basic. It doesn't do anything fancy. It doesn't need to. C4 increases duration of Pyronado by 40%. It's ridiculous. Like, is she good at C0? Yeah, she's okay. But, like, Jesus Christ, this is the thing that makes her crazy. This is where her pop-off is. This is where you're excited to run her. This is the thing that makes you go, oh, I get it now. Yeah, like the other ones, like, they're good. Like, they're, like, you know, pyro-resistant shred, sure. This thing, more points in pyro-nado. 40%. Oh my god, the duration is nuts. Like, just for mathematics' sake, the duration is 10 seconds, brings it up to 14 seconds, which is an age. Now, her ER need is outrageous, and C0's duration is painful. Oh, for sure. That extra 4 seconds is nuts. That goes hard. C6 is good. Because her C6 is, pyro damage buff, right? Yeah. Pyro damage bonus to the whole party with pyro nados up, which is just good. It's just good, but, like, come on. Come on. Everyone knows it's C4. Like, the explosive. I think we have another tough one coming up. Chongus is weird. Because he doesn't really have a home right now. But he's always been good. Pyronado with engulfing is needed. I don't remember her without it. That is not true. You can literally just run her on a Fav Lance and it's fine. Oh yes, also I got a liter of Diet Pepsi today just to make sure I had enough to get me through the day. So, let's look at Chongus's cons. I don't know his cons very well. He is... I don't know why I did that. I was right next to it. Catch exists as well, true. I like his spinning axe so much that I want to cut through. That's concerning. Yeah. That's concerning. The last attack of Chongyun's normal attack combo releases Ice Blades. Cool for a DPS build, which I've been meaning to... I want to try out one of these days. Elemental skills burst cast within his frost field has their cooldown really reduced, which is really good. Yeah, the skill cooldown is kind of massive, right? And I think this is probably the con that made him really viable and really good in back when he used to be part of the national team. Let me see if there's any other ones. That's a lot of... Wow, oh my god, he gets a lot of generation energy from that. Holy shit. 15% more damage from Spirit Blade. Lower percentage their max HP than Chongyun. Also summons additional Spirit Blade. Yeah, I'd go with C2 on him. Because I think this is probably the con that made him good in National. Because every one of them would love a lower cooldown on their skill. Like, no one's complaining about that. And their burst. It's both, right? Yeah, Chongus gets to be a C2 guy. I should run Chongyun more. I should do more with him. I should build a team for him. Chongyun's kind of good. I like Chongus. I think C2's the cool one. C2... Cool. Diona. So she's good out of the box, but she has some crazy good cons. She has some nutty constellations, so she's going to make an interesting talking point. If I can find her. Diona. Is she in my team right now? Do I have her favorited? Yeah, I do have her favorited. Oh, I wonder why. Anyway. Few Chongyun users left on this planet, yeah. Chongus has a great kit that has multipliers, don't really hold up against 5 stars and newer units. Oh, that's too bad. I might do something with him, he seems good. So, her C1 is really good. Because it just reduces the energy cost of signature mix of her burst by 15. So it brings her her burst cost down from 80 to 65, effectively, which is pretty good. That's a good constellation. C2 makes her viable in co-op and just makes her shield better. This is very good. This is kind of silly and not really worth talking about, but if you really like DPS Diona, that's your con. The C6, though. Oh, the C6 is really good. Welcome back, Tails' Wi-Fi. Where do we land Diona? I think it's like 1, 2, or 6, right? It's like the 1 is good for the burst. I would almost say 2. Co-op viability seems kind of a weird reason to like make it the 1, but like honestly, I was ecstatic to get this. But that was back in the day, though. If you want to talk about making her like a really good monstrous character, and making her like one of the best supports, debatably one of the best supports in the game, it's C6. Any other thoughts on this? Jigsaw Torture's very excited about C6. C0. That's an interesting take, actually, because she is good at C0. She does her job at C0. Actually, you make a good point. She does do her job at C0. Does C6 change her enough that all of a sudden, like, you are like, oh my god, she's so much better now? Yeah, she is good at C0, isn't she? I might put Diona at C0. I wish I could put her in both, honestly. But that would complicate things, and I don't want to do that. Yeah. You just found out you have her at C6? Damn. She does not normally buff EM. This is the Constellation. This is actually a very rare buff. Not a lot of characters buff EM. And when you think about all the characters that buff EM directly, they're all really, really good. Like, with the exception of Albedo, and even he's really good. But, like, this is one of the biggest EM buffs in the game for free. 200 EM for just not dying is pretty good. 200 EM is a lot of EM, and a lot of characters really like it. I think I'm going to go with C0, though. Yeah, I think she does her job, and I think as a new player, I think having her at C0, you're more than fine. You could argue C2 for a new player, because new players love co-op. New players love co-op, but Diona's good with DPS Kazuha. Yeah. She's also good at, like, just being with Kazuha. You can just put them in the same team and just throw them in a freeze team. The co-op viability was huge for me in Astro when I started playing in the 1.x patches. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying, actually. Do we give her the honorary C2? Do we give her that honorary C2 spot and be all like, yeah, if you're a new player in particular, man, you want her C2 so you can go and co-op. New player loves cat girls. That's also true. What do you guys think? C0 or C2? C0 because she does her job very, very well, and, like, she's really, really good. Or C2 because you can actually play her in co-op with your friends. And be, like, the coolest support ever. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing some I see some C0. I would love to put C6, because, like, her C6 is so freaking good. But it's not necessary. Oh, I love her 200 EM. The 200 EM is insane, but it's not the reason you run her, though. Like, especially as a new player. Like, I don't think the 200 EM makes her good. I think she's already good without it. Yeah, it doesn't change her doing her job already. You have C6 Xinyan too? Oh, neat. Speaking of Xinyan. So she's a C6 girl. Alright. Hey Sean, what's up? Welcome back from the Expect It work trip. Back, you can now, yeah, you can get back to your job lurking, alright. Now you can start your real job, lurking in stream. What's up, man? How was your trip? I hope you're doing well, man. So okay, so as the resident Xinyan, actual person who actually plays Xinyan, yeah, she's a C6 girl. Her playstyle and, like, her role is so confusing before C6. Once you have C6, you're like, okay, you spin at them, okay. And you can actually take your Xinyan to the bank and actually, like, have it, like, do relatively well. So, yeah, I'm inclined to just leave her at C6 and be all like, yeah, if you really want to use your Xinyan, get her to C6. Keep your eyes open for her, roll on those banners if you really like her. But yeah. She's an odd one. And I see no one has any opinions on her because it's like, well, Xinyan. Like, what do you say, right? Rosa's an interesting one because she has a really good C6. She has a lot of good talents, but like for what her role is, she's a weird one because she has like a couple of roles. Because she gets like a lot of like normal attack buffs, right? Like she gets like a lot of like physical buffs. But you get like energy back for her skill, then you get physical red shred. Like if any con here is like a good one, it's probably the C2. So she's like a physical DPS, physical support, cryo support. She has a lot of roles. Yeah. I have her C0, or I have her C2 now. Nice. C0. I might be inclined to go with C0 because she is good at C0. It's between 2 and 0 for me because 2 gets her 4 extra seconds of Rites of Termination, which is really good. It's like the same thing with Pyronado, right? 4 extra seconds is a long time. She's like a physical DPS support, sort of, yeah, but she can like support herself doing it. It's very strange. She lives in like, she basically, if you look at everything she does, she basically lives in Disneyland, where like magic happens, and it makes no sense. So 4 seconds is an age of Rites of Termination, and Rites of Termination is really good. It also has a sick name. Come on, it's called Rites of Termination. That's an awesome name. But seriously though, is it C0 or 2? She is good for melt too. Where the C2 pops in. Actually, the C2 is what helps enable the melt team better because 4 more seconds of Rites of Termination. 4-star Eula, effectively. Well, is Razor more of a 4-star Eula? Sort of. She's sort of a 4-star Eula, but she's good. Yeah, Fremine is more of the 4-star Eula now in a more official capacity. But for the time, I would say that would have been true. I don't know. Any other takes on this? What do we think? C2 or C0? I need some opinions, because I'm actually not sure. I'm leaning towards C2, but I can go either way on this. As described with Miss Pyronado, 4 seconds is an eternity. Yeah, if we say that Pyronado getting a 4 extra seconds is worth a con to make or break a character, then I'd say it's the same for Rosa. Hey, Air Tempest, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Is this the listing of the best cons? No, actually, it's a little different. It's close, though. Basically, we're rating 4-star characters, and the rating for them, this tier list, is basically at what con, if you're a new player or a current player, at what constellation do they become really good? Like, when are you excited to use them? So it's not just like the best cons, more as it is the what con does a character pop off at. So if we look at our Bennett example, Bennett's like the best example. He's good, but when you get his C1, then you're like, okay, now he's incredible. Now he's incredible. Now I like him. Now he's really good. Versus like a Noelle, which is like, yeah, I love Noelle, but you need C6 to make her like pop off and make her viable. To make her really feel viable as like an endgame character, she needs C6. I'm out. I don't know how to use Mr. Penguin. Oh, do you mean Fremine? You just hit them basically and throw a skill at them every so often. But on the note of more constellations, not quite penguins though. Where do we put Yanfei? Like, combine 2 Bennies together to get a god character. Yeah, literally. So, Yanfei is very cool. But I have no idea what con I want to say she's good at. I don't even have her C6. So, probably C1. I'm going to probably lock in at C1, but C2 is good. Another crit rate execute, which is fine. Tank Faye is funny, but isn't like game changing. And C6 is, like, her massive power spike. Like, this is obviously, like, her best con. But, is she good before this? Can we make her good before this? And I would argue yes. I think she is good without C6. And I don't think it's C2. I think it is C1. Because Yanfei uses her charge attack. Each existing Scarlet Seal additionally reduces the stamina cost of her charge attack. This is massive. You can't type Tank Fei in game. Yeah, they don't like the word tank, I think. Early game when you may not have a lot of sustain, C4 is really yummy. It's cute. It's a cute idea, but like as a new player, is this the play? Maybe. There's a universe where this is the play, but I feel like most of the time it's probably this. Because most of the charge attack characters, and I'll even take a look through some of this just to make sure I'm not wrong about this. But if you look at like Klee, for example, when Klee gets her charge attack proc, her next charge attack is free. Yanfei doesn't get that benefit. She has to pay for the whole thing. So the C1 helps alleviate her stamina costs. And I think the stamina cost is a problem. So I think C1 is when Yanfei becomes comfortable to play. And when she's like, yeah, she's good at C1, she is playable, she is strong. Let me catch up in the chat here. I cry every day using her is catalysts only because of the interruption. Oh. I only started using her at C4. Yeah, C4 is, I think most new players would be all like, yeah, C4 is fun, but I think they'd be happier with just C1, right? Speaking of 4-star cons, I just started playing Wuthering Waves. I'm on day 5, and I already got C3 Sanhua. Somehow, because she keeps popping up literally every 10 pulls. That's kind of funny. Well, how you liking the game so far? I hope you're enjoying it. Is Miss Tank can be a good DPS in a Furina team? Oh, is she? Yeah. I mean, you want to have, like, you gotta make sure to have a healer with her that can help sustain her, because she can't sustain herself. But, yeah. I'd say so. I want to say C1. C6 is obviously, like, where she's at her best. Which is true for almost every character, but I think she's, like, good at C1. Hey, Springfire, welcome to the stream. How you doing? We are ranking at what constellation does a 4-star become viably good? Like, when are they good to play? Like, for example, Bennett becomes good at C1 because that's when his, like, healing doesn't have his buff doesn't have a restriction anymore. Shincho and Official don't need constellations to be good. These characters in the bottom need C6 before you start feeling like, yeah, they're keeping up now. Candace is the one character where you can argue she's actually worse at C6 than 5. Really? I've heard the opposite. I've heard a lot of people really like her C6. I'm not sure about that. But maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna go with C1 for her. You could argue C6 is where she has like where she's like good, but like she's good at C1. She's playable. She's playable and feels strong. Sayu's a weird one. I think she only has one con worth talking about. Sayu's really hard because she's not really like competitively viable on her own anyway. Like, she's decent. Like, she's okay. But she's like only okay in combat. But that's not what you use her for. So like, I don't know. Oh, because she actually over-applies Hydro on her Milani team, so it causes time to be really awkward. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Don't, like, a lot of people actually run her with Arlecchino for that exact reason? Because she over-applies, and that's what you want? Like, she's actually the exact thing Arlecchino needs to, like, pop off. Ironically. That's funny. Alright, go get shredded, Bricken. Go birthday gym. Give yourself a birthday trip. Go give yourself a nice birthday treat at the gym. Do leg day. Anyway. Let's look at these cons. So C1 has the exact same effect as Bennett's C1. So this is a must. Like, no matter what, if you want Sayu to be viable in any capacity, this is a must. So right off the bat, we gotta talk about C1. Like, C1, it can't be any lower than C1. I made egg coffee and waffles. What the hell's an egg coffee? C2 is actually pretty good. It gives her kick some really big damage if you're willing to set it up, but it actually doesn't scale that much, honestly. Like, the jump in damage, if you, like, put all your power into it, it's okay. It doesn't end up being that great, but it's alright. It's fun. This is a fun talent. She has energy problems. That's a thing. She definitely has energy issues. This helps. So C4 is in that conversation now. Now I want some good waffles. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Yeah, just don't go to my old work to get that kind of stuff done, because they're so bad at cooking, you will get soft on the outside, crispy on the inside. Believe it or not, when I first started my EU account, Sayu 0 did 30k damage solo. I could believe that. Sayu can do good damage if you build her right. For sure. C1 is good, but nobody's going to use her as a support, so C2... See, that's where the conversation gets weird, right, Jigsaw? Is because, like, most people just use her for exploration, which means C0 would be the point anyway, because none of the cons matter for that. Like, it doesn't mean anything. But if we're looking at playing her like a normal character, like... If we wanted to say, oh, I want to bring my Sayu into the Abyss, I want to bring her into the theater, I want to go fight some things, I want to farm stuff with her... Well, when does she become good? Like, when is she good enough? Probably domain effect, but that was unbelievable for me. Hey, you know what? 30k is 30k. And then there's this one, which actually, if you're talking about making her viable as any kind of damage, it is actually this one. Because it means you can just stack EM on her. Like, you can go full EM on her and just be a swirl DPS, and it's actually pretty good. So... I don't know how to rate this one. I wouldn't say C2. C2 doesn't do enough. I don't think C2 is big enough. I think it's 1 or 6. 1, 6, or 4. Honestly, because 1 is crazy. 1 is so, like, necessary. Like, it has to be at least 1. It can't be lower than 1. Because having a restriction where your burst can either heal or damage sucks. You just want them to do both. So what she heals and swirls. That's about it. I don't know who it was, but someone used her with Kaya, Zhongling, and someone else, so that's how I've been running her. Oh, it was me! It was me who did that, Kendra. That's me! I do that! I did that! It might have actually been me. In 2024, no one uses Sayu C1. I'm gonna use Sayu today. Once we're done with this tier list, we're playing Sayu. You know what? I'm inclined to agree with Sean there. The fact that, like, no matter what, like, you can debate the other ones till, you know, the end of time. C1's not a debate, though. With Ayaka? Yeah. No, I got a team for her. I got a team for her that you might get. You're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, I have a team you're going to enjoy. Just trust me. Do you trust me? Sayu's a C1. I am gonna do a Sayu team. I got a fun Sayu team we can do after. I think you'll enjoy it. But if you do Ayaka me, I will have to veto it until later. I will still honor it, but not right away. That is my honest answer. The video I'm thinking also had DPS Hyperbloom Barbruh, who hit like 47 HP, and it was hilarious. Honestly, Hyperbloom Barbruh, not bad. It's pretty good. Ah! I want to play Street Fighter on stream just to spite you soon. The reluctance with which I just started the locked-in part of the Archon quest. Oh, I feel that. Kujo Sara. It's C6, isn't it? It's C6, isn't it? She's okay out of the box, but if you just have her, she's just worse Bennett. But at C6, she's actually better Bennett if you're running Electro teams. You can't able to build Sayu, imagine. Hotel Evil Smile. We'll see about it. C2? Let's look at her cons. I'm going to leave her in C6 for now, but let's look at her cons. We'll talk about all of them individually. You should be down here. Yeah. So, C1 is fine. C2 is pretty necessary, because this makes actually landing her buff possible. Because otherwise it's a pain in the ass. So I might be inclined to agree with that. I think I'm with you on that one. You know what? Yeah. Without spoiling, is there much gameplay in this part of the quest? Could you be more specific on which part you're doing? I'm actually not sure what part you're at. I know there's 2 parts where you're locked in for a little bit. Because one is like a domain that you go into. And the other one is like mostly cutscenes and dialogue. So I don't know which one you're at yet. And I don't want to accidentally spoil something by assuming you've already done something else, you know what I mean? Yeah. C4 is cool, and C6 is like the monster truck. The first part, the start of the competition. Oh, there's gameplay? There's not that much gameplay. Actually, that's not entirely true. There's a little bit. But, it's... How do I describe it? They come in short bursts. That's it. It's basically short burst of gameplay, some dialogue, cutscene. Short gameplay, dialogue, cutscene, and then you're done. Without spoilers. Yeah, so I think I'm going to move her down to C2. C2 makes her, like, playable, honestly. Otherwise, she's a just obnoxious character to play. Sheldon from Big Bang Theory is so funny. Oh, dear God. Well, ban Sander. Sander, you had a good run, but you gotta get banned now. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I needed to do something that I needed to do, but my time is so precious for that. So, yeah, C2. Thomas. I think Thomas might be a C0 guy. Thomas might actually be our first C0 that we've had in a while, because he is just kind of solid, right? But let's look at the cons and see what we're working with. Like, he has cooldown reduction on his skill, he gets duration, which is really good. Oh, it might be C2, actually. Ooh, might be C2, actually. That's really good. I realize something now, that all Fatui hamburgers are 5 stars. Yeah, it would be kind of messed up if they weren't, though, huh? Could you imagine if Arlecchino was a 4-star? Could you imagine the outrage? Like, come on. I think he might have an energy regen con. Yeah. He has the exact same one that Diona has. But if we didn't rate it very highly on Diona, I don't know if we rate it highly on him either. It's good. It's probably better on him because his energy needs are a little higher. And then this is just nice. This is very nice. Like, what's the cost on this thing? Yeah, it's the exact same as Diona's, but he doesn't generate as well. Yeah, Itazuma polearm, hell, Favonius polearm, like Favonius Favlance, like he has options. All the options are good for him, so. But yeah, he has the exact same con as Diona for that, basically. So, I don't know about this. I recall when Toma came out, I was disappointed because he didn't feel complete at C0. Honestly, I don't think he feels that much better at C6. This sounds weird, but I don't think so. Maybe this. It might be. It's C0 or 2 in my book. Because I don't think Toma changes, like, literally at all between constellations. I think he's just fine where he is, and then he just stays fine. And then with Burgeon, you probably want C2. Yeah, actually, if you're doing Burgeon, you really want C2, right? C4, C6. The C6 is solid. It is good. Because it's just like a normal attack damage and like stuff. For most characters, it's like, that's pretty good. I have C1 and I don't like playing him. Here's the thing, Toma's like low-key really good. Whether or not, like, your opinion on how complete he feels, him feeling complete versus him being good are two different things. He can feel incomplete and still be good. That's the funny thing. Is Toma good? Yeah. Yeah, he is, actually. He's really good. He's solid. He's a great shielder and a phenomenal Urgent enabler. Like, he's fantastic, potentially. But if we're talking about Burgeon... If we're talking about Burgeon, his most common team, at this point, it's got to be C2, right? Didn't get to finish leveling Tomas. Oh. You might think about doing that at one point. He's good. He gives you some options. Good replacement for a few characters. Makes a good filler character. Yeah, 3 extra seconds on his burst, on the Crimson Uroi or whatever it's called, is kind of great, right? He's a tough one. He's definitely a tough one. Oh boy, you want to talk about tough ones though? Oh boy, we got a tough one. Where in God's name do you put Goro? Because holy shit, he's a weird one. It is either 0 or 6. There is no in between. There is nothing else worth talking about. Let's look at Goro cons and let me explain myself. As the Geo main that I am, let me explain. Oh boy. So C1 is increases by 2 seconds. It's fine. Like it lowers the cooldown of something that's never usually on cooldown because of how the rotation works, so it doesn't really matter. This is a crystallized thing, so that doesn't matter. A heal that's not very good, so that doesn't matter. And then there's this monster truck talent that gives you 40% crit damage, which is insane. I have zero clue because all I know is he buffs Geo. So I've been using him as a Geo buffer since way before I got his C6. It took me a long time to get his C6. Like, multiple banners of him showing up before I got it. And from my experience, if you are a Geo enthusiast and you are like... and you love Geo, he is good at C0. But he only supports defense Geo characters, so he supports all of 3 characters. Not crit rate, Foxy, crit damage. CD, not CR. So, here's how it works. Do you like Noelle? Do you like Ito? Or do you like Kachina? Then yes, you run Goro C0 perfectly fine. If you want to, God forbid, use any other Geo character with him, it has to be 6. Or he does nothing. Nothing worth mentioning, at least. Yeah, basically. This number, that may change, right? Like, that changes as time goes on, but yeah. Yeah, for a new player, C0 and C1 Goro is actually good. The C1's fine. I think the C1 is sort of irrelevant. It doesn't... I never notice it. Like, it's usually never necessary. Maybe Geodio. I don't know about her, though. I don't know enough about her. 15% when at 3 Geo. For Geo damage and defense and all that, but like... this is... I'm gonna put him at C0 for now, but like, he's one of those ones we might have to have another talk about. Homer Simpson from The Simpsons is a smart character. Yep. I also... Yeah, he's stupid. You know he's stupid because he has a crayon shoved in his brain, right? Did you know that? Yeah, C0 is totally serviceable. The 40% crit damage is just icing on a delicious cake. Also, every free Geo unit scales with defense anyway. That is true. The 2 Geo characters that we get as freebies all work with them really well. Actually, you know what? Funny thing is, if you get a Goro at C0, you instantly have an easy-bake Geo team. Like, you literally have the team right there. You have Goro, you have Kachina, and you have Noelle. Easy-bake Geo team. Just throw in a 4th element. Throw in Geo Traveler, and you're good to go. You literally can make Mono Geo at any point if you get Goro. So, yeah, I think C0 is fine. You make a good point there, Tempest. Okay, so I'm fine with him there. Oh, Yunjin. Oh, Yunjin. You're another weird one, because you're super duper niche. Is she another C0 girl? Does she need something? C6 gives her the attack speed buff, but, like, it's kind of like Goro's, where it's, like, almost overkill, where it's like, it's already good what she's doing. This just makes it crazy. But is she... Let's talk about it. Yunjin. You were right next to it. I didn't have to do anything. Wrong thing. So, skill cooldown down. Her C6 is amazing. Even more normal attack at C2 for the whole party. It's a crystallized thing, which is whatever. And then 12% attack speed while running the burst. I don't know. Yeah, Parker with Yoi. Yeah, C1 is decent because, you know, it helps her get energy back faster because she's skilling. She can use her skill more frequently. So it might just fit a rotation better. The C2 is just really nice. Like C2, it might be C2. Because that's like the... I think this is the one that locks in the gameplay fully. Yunjin's attack speed increases, scales off defense, which is why your C4 is like that, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, no, yeah, no, I get that, but it's just because it worked with Crystallize, and Crystallize is weird. Because no one really cares about Crystallize, so, like, they're usually accidental. They're never intentional, is what I'm saying, usually. And, like, unless your name rhymes with Lavia, you don't give a shit about Crystallize. I need 2 more Yunjins, that's true. I want this C6, I want to do cool stuff with it. I don't know, man. Because she's good out of the box, like, she's fine. Maybe it is just C2, just to lock in the gameplay. We cannot talk about her lower con. She came home to the account early and often. Must be nice. Must be nice. I didn't get any of my cons until recently. I got her from Lantern Rite. It was a difficult time, man. What do we think about this? The attack speed's obviously very good. She's good out of the box, like, her gameplay is locked in, but, like, C2 really locks in the gameplay, right? That's the one that makes you go, yeah, you're normal attacking all the time. Like, get in there. Yeah, I think I want to say C2. You get... Coming from Lantern Rite? Yes, I did. Not this Lantern Rite, though. Last Lantern. Or, not the last Lantern Rite. Not the one that I streamed. The Lantern Rite before that is when I got Yunjin. No comments that I never used her. Yeah, she's a niche one, right? So, because she's so niche, she's hard to talk about. The next one I know is... the next one should be easy. The unfortunate part about Yunjin is that she's held back with attack speed having diminishing returns. Yeah. No, that's true. Cookie 0 is 0. Actually, there is a question. There is actually a question. It might be C1. It might be C1. And let me tell you why. Or it might be C2. Hold on, let's find out. Let me find her. Cookie. Oh, it's C2. Sorry, it wasn't C1, it's C2. I got it mixed up. I always get 1 and 2 mixed up. It's C2. So... I think we lock her in at C2, because she's really good at C0, but C2 is what gives her perfect uptime. Yeah, no. If you ever... I wonder if you could do a burst build. I mean, 50% AoE, that's a lot of AoE potentially. Could you imagine? Big AoE burst cookie. I can't even finish that sentence. I do have C2. I was happy to get this, actually. I got lucky on this one. C4... Normal charge plunging attacks of the characters affected by the ring will mark them and deal AoE electro damage based on her max HP. This is really good. That's a really good one. But here's the problem with it. It scales with HP. And most people running Cookie aren't running a lot of HP on her. They're running nothing but EM. So this makes her a better HP scaler, though, which is nice. No, I agree with you, Sean. She could be C0 or 2. I think I want to go with 0, honestly. Because I think she's really good even without this. This just makes her, like, perfect. This takes her from good to perfect. And then 6 is when she takes lethal damage, will not take her down. The effect will automatically trigger once every 60 seconds. Drops below 25%. She'll gain a bunch of EM. Honestly, I wish I had this earlier. Yeah. And I think it also matters because the uptime isn't on a burst, it's on a skill. So it's much easier to manage this. Having 3 seconds of not having it is not the end of the world. So you know what? I think 0 is... I think C2... C2 feels really good, but I think C0 is fine. It's a self-res, but yeah. Very wild. You can use her burst to pop Hyper Bloom cores too. Yeah, it has upside. Don't get me wrong, the C1 has some upside. It's not the worst thing in the world, but not great. Now, I will agree she is amazing with an EM Dendro build. Honestly, I wish there was more reason to do a HP build with her now. I wish I got her sooner, before Dendro came out, because I would have loved her in Taser teams. I think she actually has a home in Taser teams. I think she can do it. It's just no one wants to run it because... well, why would I run Taser when I can just do whatever the hell that thing is? She's one of the 3 res C6s in the game. 4. There's 4 of them. Barbruh, Chi-Chi, Hu Tao, and herself. But, yeah. Okay, tough one. Oh, or downtime can be filled in by the burst. Oh! Oh, that's true too. Yeah, my bad. Utah C6 is a res. Yep. If she would take lethal damage, just don't and increase your damage by an absurd amount. And because she's at 1 HP when she does her burst, it hits for like a quadrillion damage. No, it wasn't Chi-Chi C6, it was Hutaz they didn't know about, because most people don't talk about the C6 for... the C6 for Hu Tao is practically only used for one-shots, but it will one-shot just about anything in the game. Hit for like 80 bajillion damage with it, just and then they die. It's kind of hilarious. Where the hell does Hazo go? Hazo C2. I do not know Hazo comms very well. Yo, hey Zozo, where are you at though? I think you're actually one of my higher up guys, right? Maybe not. Oh no, you're down here. I found you. I founded him. Okay, so he gets normal attack speed after he takes the field for 5 seconds, which is cool. And you get a hard stopper strike, which is good. C2, the pull on his burst is enhanced and has a 1 second duration increase. I only recall the be at 5% get Unga Bunga damage. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, C1 is good. C2 is good. The first Iris Explosion generates elemental energy. Okay, so this is just a bunch of energy on his burst, and his burst is only kind of okay. I would be Bach. Alright. And then C6 gives him, like, the murder punch. I don't know. Because he's like... he's a weird one. But he's like Animo, so he's always kind of good. Yeah. Because he gets, like, attack speed, which is nice, and then he also gets, like, a free stack. He starts with 1 stack, so you only need to get 3 more stacks instead of 4. I don't think he needs cons. Yeah, I can also agree with that. I think he does his job fine without cons. His C6 is cool, but, like, yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any con there that really make or break him. There's a spike in there, definitely. There's definitely a spike at the end, but it's not, like, necessary. You can just play him and he's good. Honestly, if it wasn't just for the fact that he's an Inazuma character, for a new player, man, he's great. When you think about it, holy shit, he's such a good starter character. If only you didn't have to get your ass to Inazuma to play him. Like, that's the worst part about him. Kale is a difficult one. Kale is good at C0. Kale is outclassed by Dendro Traveler until C6. What do we say about that? This is just my journey, waiting to get to Inazuma. It's a very tough time, to be sure. Okay, Kale, you're an odd one. So, her C1 is really nice. More energy is more good because she needs her burst. Her burst is core. Here's a bajillion text that just basically says you get a little bit of extra Dendro application, which is nice. And a little bit of extra damage. More EM is more good. Everyone loves a little bit of EM. And it's all characters, so everybody likes that. And the C6 is obviously just very, very good, right? This is the thing that puts her over the top, so... I'll be Genshining right now. Do what you must. C2 better. You sure it's C2? I could have swore it wasn't until C6 where she was better. But maybe I'm wrong? Does anyone else have any insight on this? Because I don't know well enough. I cannot say for sure. And to be fair, I'll be real with you guys. When it comes to Dendro Traveler, it is okay to be outclassed by him because Dendro Traveler is very good. Dendro Traveler is legitimately the best Traveler, bar none. He's actually really good. So. I don't know enough about Kale. I like her better than Dendro MC. Alright, you know what? I'm going to trust Sander on this one. I'm going to opt to trust Sander until I get any other information stating otherwise. We'll put her in the C2 category. And assume that she can at least match Dendro Traveler at this point. Uh-oh. 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 What do we think about Dolores? Yeah, I got C5 Kale. I live in an unfortunate universe. Oh boy, chat. What do we think about Dolores? So, C1 is cool. More shots. I think it increases the energy output because of it. A little bit of extra damage and electro application, I think. More energy generation, which she already does, and then the infusion. And also, her application doesn't end coming in contact with Pyro. That is true. That is the one problem with DMC, is that you can't run Pyro with him. Like, you can't do Burning or Burgeon with him. Which is fine. And, like, that's okay. Yeah. Now, to be fair, for a time, for quite a while, a lot of people didn't really pay Burgeon any mind, because Burgeon, for a lot of people, was just worse than Hyper Bloom, but I think now it's a little different. So, I'm gonna spout some straight blasphemy on this one. I think Dory is good at C0. I think Dory is a perfectly serviceable and good support and healer right out of the gate. Because there is no con in there that makes you go, that's the one. Her C6 is cool. It's very interesting and can change your way of playing her. I don't think she needs it though. She has a really big single target healing. while also being a good battery. And I don't think you can ask for much better than that. She has ER problems, though. Not if you build it right. You build ER on her. You build her in a way where you want her so she can generate energy. Her ER problem's not that bad, but you have to know it's there. Having used Dory a lot, I know that you can maintain her energy pretty well with just a little bit of upkeep. I don't even have Dory yet. Yeah. I prefer Sac, personally, Sacrificial, over Fav, because then I don't have to use crit rate. But, same idea, basically. Sacrificial Claymore is really good on her. The Portable Power Saw is really good on her, because it also does energy generation. And EM, which is cool, but... You need to focus on HP and ER, and? That's what Bennett does. Bennett focuses on just HP and ER. Why do you need anything else? Why do you need anything else? Just... Yeah, that's two very easy stats to stack. You get an ER Sands, HP Goblet, HP Circlet. Bam, you're done. ER Weapon. Wow, and there's your build. You're good to go. Easy bake build, just add water. Well, Benny is Benny. Also true. But there's lots of characters who can land in that boat. No one questions Yao Yao for doing the exact same thing. If Benny is good, then why not Dory? Exactly. See, you're just basically selling Dory even more. Focusing on 2 stats is obviously a good thing because it makes you less prone to RNG struggles. Yeah, exactly. And there's so many artifact sets that work on her because you can grab the HP artifact set. You can grab HP pieces. You can grab ER pieces. Hell, you can grab Electro pieces if you're feeling really spicy, but I don't recommend it. But you could just throw, like, Noblesse on her and it's good. Like, she has a lot of good... She has options, man. She's very flexible. Exactly. Air Tempest got it. Dory is weak child. She's not even weak, though. She's good. Man, Dory is so slept on, and I can't even grasp it. Speaking of slept on, what about Candy's Nuts? Candace is another weird one because she doesn't really have a home, per se. Like, she has a home if you have her C6 because then Arlecchino likes her. But is she good without that? Like, can you just play her and have her be good? Like, DPS Candace is apparently a real thing. Like, people like that. It's decent, right? Like, I don't know. Did I get her to 90? I did get her to 90. So... 3-second duration on her burst, I believe, right? Is it the burst? Yeah, it is. Canada's Arlecchino duo is good. Yeah. I don't know about this one, because C6 makes her viable in a very, very good team, but what is she like before that? Like, C1 gives her duration on a burst, which we've already talked about ad nauseum how good that is. So apparently a character has seen Capitano's real face. He has no face. Max HP buff is just fine for her. Cooldown on her skill is really good. And then there's this one, which is crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I seriously don't know, though. This is tricky. Burst 20% for NA. Yeah. I don't know. He's 3 cats in a trench coat. That makes sense. He's the Trailblazer from Star Rail. Or he's a character from War of the Ring Waves, which would be really funny. Boo earns. Okay. I'm gonna leave her in C6 for now for the Arlecchino power spike. But she's one of those ones where I think she's fine at C1, but C6 gives her a home. This is subject to change. Because if you want to run her with Arlecchino, you need C6. If you want to just run her, you probably only just need C1 to make her feel good. Layla's a weird one. I want to put her in the C4 crew. Because C4 makes her, like, way more interesting than Diana. She is a good shielder on her own with fine cryo application, but holy shit, that C4 is good. Man, that C4, like, changes her in such a cool way. Let's talk about it. I don't have it, of course. But, yeah, so C1 is co-op shield, C2 is energy, C4 is normal and charge attack bonus to your teammates based on her max health, which is really cool. That's a lot of damage potential, and it's basically free. Once you have the constellation. Like, you don't have to work for this. You just push the button. Yeah, the C4 is sick. And this takes her from being like, yeah, she's a shielder, to a, oh, she's the shielder. C2 is co-op shield? No, it's not. C1 is co-op shield. Diona's C2 is co-op shield. Layla's co-op shield is C1. It's right there in front of you with your eyes. Look, Foxy, look with your special eyes. And then C6 is just some extra damage for her, which is cool, I guess. But come on, we know it's the C4. Yeah, I think it's just C4, right, guys? But does she do her job at C0? That is a good question. I want to put her in C4 because I think C4 is what makes her interesting, but I think inclined to go with C0. I think I might be inclined to agree with that because she is a phenomenal shielder at C0. You push the button and the shield is enormous. It's like a Zhongli tier shield. It's really strong. And then you combine that with the C4 later and it's insane. See, for me, her job isn't shielding, though. Her job is to get that C4 so I can use it. That's her job. But that's not her job for everybody. So, I'm going to put her in C0, but in my heart, it's C4. Faduzan. Alright, Farazan. I wish Asti was here right now. He'd have something to say. She's another super niche one like Goro, but I don't think she has the benefit that Goro has. I think Goro is just better than her. So, Goro is good at C0. I don't think the benefit she brings her is good. Geo has more ways of boosting its damage than Animo does, and that's really sad. That's really sad. Yeah, this is targeted to new players, and I don't think a new player wants to run a Farazan pre-C6. Farazan supports better units, but she's worse because her stuff needs more investment, if it makes sense. No, for sure. I think she's like the polar opposite of Goro, where Goro has his hyper niche, and he can support the hyper niche, and it feels good without C6. I think that, I think Farazan is the polar opposite. She needs that. She needs all those boosts. The C2 for the duration buff obviously is in that conversation. Like, it's super important, but I think even that isn't good enough on its own. I think we want to have the C6. Ooh, Yao Yao. Yao Yao's easy. I don't have to think about Yao Yao. Yao Yao's C0. Garo has a lower ceiling, but has a really easy floor to hit new players. Farazan is the exact opposite. Yeah, her ceiling is higher, but her floor is like, god damn, it's in the air, man. It's high. Yeah, her needs are outrageous. We'll look at the Yao Yao cons, but we all know where she's going. Like, come on, we know it's C0. Like, yeah, wow, she gets stamina and stuff, and some extra dendro damage, which is cool. Like, that's cool. And then energy, that's nice. Doesn't really need it because she generates energy very well for herself. And then we have EM. That's cool. EM based on her max HP. That's really nice. Doesn't really need it because she's just healing and doing damage, and it's dendro, so it doesn't really matter. And then there's the C6, which is like, look at it. It's attack scaling for some reason, and big AoE radish. Yeah. Yeah, it's C0. Yeah, it's C0. Her constellations are cool, but like, holy shit, Yao Yao's good. Yao Yao's so good! If only Ayaya synergized with Chi-Chi literally at all for the lore team. Well, she kind of does. You can get away with it. You could put them on a... She can work in a fridge team. So, she would be your Dendro applicator. You need a Hydro character, and then, like, an Electro character, like Cookie. So, Yao Yao, Shinsho, Cookie, Chi-Chi. It's not great. It's not the best version of it, but you can do it. Someone say Osti? Yes, someone did say Osti. We were talking about Farazan from the new player experience. What constellation does she really need to be? And how much investment do you need before she gets really good? And we were like, we all kind of came to the conclusion that C6 is where it needs to be. She's like the opposite of Goro, where Goro has a low floor and a low ceiling. She has a high floor and a high ceiling. Like, she's better overall, but she takes much longer to get there. But if you had any takes on that, I'd love to hear it while we're working on Mika. Mika's weird. Mika's very strange. Who did that? Mika's a strange one. We're getting into, like, the weird niches now. We are getting into the super... Oh, he's right there. The hyper weird niche now. So, heal faster. Well, he's not like a physical support. He is the physical support. He gives attack speed and physical damage. Alright, you're talking to the number one Farazan simp. Here's my thoughts. I'm gonna write them down in another message. Alright, I do think C6 is where she gets, like, viable for most new players. Like, if you're just starting the game, just trying to use Farazan out of the box is, like, really challenging. But I will listen to your take. Hero hits an opponent, one detector stack passive. Might be this one. Energy, because he does have some energy issues, which is really nice. And then, obviously, 60% physical crit damage. I have no idea where we put this kid. I have no idea where he goes. Like, is he good early? No. He has problems. But one of his big problems is actually fixed by the C2. It gives him a way of getting a detector stack that doesn't require hitting multiple enemies, which is good. Which means he can actually do part of his job. But that job sucks. Physical damage isn't very good. So you need to go over the top and over the moon to make your physical damage actually, like, pop off. And unfortunately, that would mean C6 right there with Farazan. Oh man, this is a tough one. I mean, Foxy's the Eula main, so I'm inclined to trust his take on this for the most part. But having used him a lot myself, he's good. He's okay prior to C6 if you have Eula, but if you don't have Eula, man, the C6 is so necessary, because then you can actually make your Razor and Fremine actually do some big number. C6 Farazan isn't mandatory, and she can definitely do her job without it. C6 just makes it so you don't need as much ER, and helps a tad bit more with damage, because it gives you more crit damage. Yeah, we were looking at, like, we were talking about, like, the C1 and, like, the C2 a little bit as well, for a similar reason. But the problem is she's so niche, right? Her niche is supporting these Animo DPS, which there's only a couple of, and they need all the power they can get because they're all hyper carries. Like, they're all hyper carries. It's Wanderer and Zhao, basically, and it's like, well, if you're gonna make them do the stupid thing, you better bring the C6 to the table, right? Because they need the stupid buffs. Farazan stonks her up. But holy shit, they're expensive. What do we alright, yeah, I think Mika's fine there. We might come back to Farazan and move her around a little bit, hearing that take. I might shift it around a bit, but I think I'm okay where she's at right now. I think she's fine for now, because there's an argument to be made. I can go either way, but I think for the majority of players, I think it's better to think about her like as a she's a so C6 isn't mandatory, but it does help a bit more. It makes teams more comfy to play. But I'd say her best constellations 1, 2, and 5. 1, 2, 5, and 6. C1 helps with energy regen. 2 makes the burst. Oh boy. See, yeah, we're getting too much information. Lasts much longer, which makes rotations comfier, and allows you've used the word comfy so many times in this. Okay. I like Ao's question. If you are a new player, if you're talking to a new player who's like, hey, I kind of like Farazan, what constellation does he get good at? Assuming they have nothing else. Can Farazan run on her own without C6? Hey, that's no worry, dude. I do the same shit. Don't worry, man. Like, I would recommend C6 if I want to say, like, if Farazan is to be good standalone on her own and do the thing she needs to do with limited resources, I'd probably still say C6. I could argue the other ones depending on what you have, but she's a very much it depends kind of girl. But yeah, we're moving on to Kaveh next, though. Kaveh is probably C0, actually. His C6 is really good, and, like, hugely, like, his C6 is crazy strong, and gives him, like, turns him into, like, a mini Nilou. Let me check his other cons. You're very gung-ho about C2, so let's take a look at C2. So C1 is just a defensive buff, which is fine. You're blowing yourself up anyway. You might as well be like even more resistant to it. Normal attack speed. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I see it. I see the line. It's really good. Yeah. That gives him like the speed to keep up. Yeah. She definitely can run on her own with C6. I did her as a DPS back when I only had C2, and she could do anything you threw her at. So for DPS support, C2. Okay. Yeah. Dendro cores created from bloom reactions Kaveh triggers will deal 60% more damage when they burst. That's really good. C6 is really good. Yo, Kaveh kind of good though. Kaveh kind of slept on because Nilou like just sort of overshadows him, but like, man, I like Kaveh. He's solid. He's a solid guy. But I think you might be right on that normal attack speed buff. I think you might actually need it. Kaveh does the good stuff. This is difficult. This might be somewhat difficult. I think I'm going to go with the C2. I'm inclined to trust your take on that. I think it makes sense to me. But I could also see C0. He does his job at C0 pretty well. And then the C4 is really good. Like, just bigger blooms. Like, hell yeah. And then C6 is just really nice, because it's just, and you're exploding, and you're exploding, and you're exploding. It's really nice. I noticed the C6 when I got it. Because, man, everything's exploding when you're part of a team. It's kind of awesome. I sort of love it. Another Dendro character, though. C1 helps with particles for her, and C2 makes her burst last longer. And C5 gives you a better burst, and C6 makes you noticeable different. Yep, okay. I'll move it to C2. I'll trust you on this one. I don't like going back on one that I've already placed, though. Because it's, for editing purposes, this gets really ugly now. This is really ugly now. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It is what it is. I'll make it work. This is going to be a video, by the way. He's okay at 0, but if you accidentally charge attack, it's really penalizing at C0 compared to C2. True. That's fair. He has an awesome charge attack, though. I'm kind of sad that you don't get an opportunity to charge attack with him more often. Like, if you're in a big group, it's kind of cool, and if you can, like, make it work, it's really fun. Because his charge attack's really funny. I like his charge attack. Just casually holding the sword, and he's like, it's coming for you. I'm a-coming for you! T6 is like the glue that sticks Animo hypercarry teams. But she can help. She can help, yeah, but when... The question wasn't when does she help, is when is she the best option for it, right? That's part of it. When is she the one that you're like, yep, now I want her. That's the one I want. She's got to be there now. That's like where, like, when does the excitement come in? And I could argue C2. Honestly, I see it. I see the C2. It's between 2 and 6. Like, when I got Goro, I was excited to run him right out of the gate. It was like, oh, I don't need any of these cons. These are good. And then the C6 comes around, and you're like, that's even better. It just improves on the good thing he's already doing. But, yeah, I'll leave it at C2 for now. I'm leaving it at C2 for now. That's not, like, I don't have to, like, screw my editing up any more than I have to. Now, Kirara, though. She might be C0. I've seen someone run Zhao National. I actually think Zhao National was a thing back in the day, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure that was like an OG team comp back in the day when Zhao first came out. Well, you gotta figure this, right? Back in the day, when a character came out, the question was, what team do I put him in? It's like, okay, now how do I add them to National? We are looking for Kira Rasputin. Wait a minute. What the hell are her constellations? I've never seen her constellations in detail. Every 8,000 HP, she will create an extra explosion. Up to 4. Those don't scale with health, do they? No, they don't. Why don't they scale with health? I guess they kind of do. Huh. Okay. C2... Oh my god, why is the text so long? Kira's the only character I've grinded levels on through exploration because all her skills are nice for Leo. That is fair. That is fair and real. Before I got Fires on C6, I didn't really use her for my Zhao, but I had a good Albedo, so she was a DPS loss for my team at the time. Man, that is an awkward time to be alive, isn't it? I have more Kira recons than me. That's not surprising. Cat Girl, Great Dendro Shield, enables Dendro Res. Yeah. I'm just going to put this down here. I'm going to put that back down here. I swear to God if I have to move her again. I swear to God if I have to move her again, there's going to be hell to pay. I'm going to make someone else edit my video. But... like, seriously, though, I do agree with you, Osti. Like, C2 is, like, where, like, the comfort levels start coming in. But C6 is where, like, she feels, like, the best option. Because Animo carries are weird. Animo carries are weird. They're super strange. Anyway, what does this do? When you are a cat in a box, you will grant other party members... Oh, it's the... Oh, it's just the co-op shield. Okay, so C2's co-op shield. That's standard. That's fine. For the co-op players out there, they love that con, but for everyone else, it's like, it's alright. After a character protected by the shield... any of her shields, hit an opponent with normal charge or plunging, she'll perform a coordinated attack. Oh. Cat Grass, using small cat grass cardamones, dealing 200% of her attack. So this way is considered elemental burst damage. Oh. Curious. That's actually pretty good, right? So that's good Dendro application. I think most people want that. All nearby party members gain 12% all elemental damage bonus after she uses her skill or burst. Oh, wow. Okay. Huh. That's just nice. She's good at C0, though, isn't she? Is it C0 or 4? Because 4 gives her that, like, off-field power. Because otherwise, she's just kind of a driver. Literally. So, if you're not driving, I guess you want C4. If you're not the driver, you're C0. If you are the driver, you're C0. If you're not the driver, it's got to be C4. Yeah, she does her job well at C0, so I'm inclined to go with C0. She's cool cons, though. Her constellations are very cool. I like them. Lynette is either C0 or C4. Lynette's a weird one, isn't she? She's a strange one. You're a strange one, Mr. Grinch. Oh, Austin, I didn't ask that. How are you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, by the way. How's life, man? Thank you for giving me your take, by the way. I do appreciate it. I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing well, dude. What are her cons? The only con I can remember is her C6, which ended up not being very good, so that was a notable disappointment. Her C6 ended up kind of sucking. When Enigma Thrust hits an opponent, she gets some pull. Oh, she gets her pull at C1. Ooh. Might be C1, because as an Animo support, you really want pull, right? Grouping is kind of like your jazz. We're jumping over introductions and straight to debating. Not that I mind. I'm doing alright, by the way. Glad to hear it. So it could be C1. C2 is... it's okay. Just a little bit of extra damage, I guess. C4 is the second skill. That's a good one. And then C6 is the Animo Infusion, which kind of sucked. I'm so shocked that this wasn't very good. Like, 20% Animo damage bonus plus an infusion seems good. I think it's C1 though, right? C4 is like, the extra charge is crazy good. But I think just 1 is good enough if you have pull, right? Yeah, you know what? If no one has any, like, debate with me on this one, I'm gonna lock in C1. I think I lock it in on this one. That feels good. I don't really think there's much else to say about it, right? You get the constellation that lets you... it's like Jean, right? Like, Jean's good, but, like... Jean's crazy good, but, man, that's C1 where you can actually just start yoinking people and, like, eating them and, like, ooh, that's tasty. I have a debate. Go on. Go on, Foxy. I'm here for it. Because I can be convinced. I can be convinced in another direction. Like, you can convince me on C4. Or C0, even. She's an Animo character. It's just, you know, you want to... the grouping power is nice. Don't ask me about Fremine. I have him at C6 and I don't use him. Don't have Charlotte. No idea about Chevrolet. Gaming C6. But I don't use him. No Bow Guy. And no Kachina. Yo, straight up? What? You have Kachina. You have Kachina! She came free with your Xbox. Her C1 didn't pull enemies that much. Oh, really? Oh. That's depressing. I do not have Kachina. You have Kachina! Chick-fil-A or Shake Shack? Those sound like American brands. We don't have those here in Canada, so neither. If I'm being honest. Neither, because I have had Chick-fil-A. It was pretty good. But, no, I have no strong opinions. I think it only pulls enemies that are basically beside her. Oh, that's kind of lame. I haven't pulled on the banner, and you need to finish the Fortnite Archon quest in order to be able to get her for free. That is not true, Austie! That is actually not true. You can actually start the Natlan Archon quest at any time. All you have to do is, like, opt in for it. There's, like, a button in your, whatchamacallits. Your, I forgot the word. Your event tab. And you can start it whenever you want. And you get Kachina, not for finishing the Fontaine quest, you get it from just starting the Natlan quest. It's like the first quest, basically. I have to double check that. I'm pretty sure it was just do the first, like... I thought it was just meet Kachina. Maybe I'm wrong? Maybe I am wrong. I can't check it now. Can anyone check it somehow? Quick question. Quick answer. Going feels like C6 because he's competing for the DPS and Ninglong. You're getting ahead of yourself, but probably. Quick question. Is it possible to obtain the PlayStation links? If you play on PlayStation, yeah. But you can only use them on PlayStation. Also, I also don't have this brand in India, but we have Unkale with white suit glass. Oh, KFC. Okay, yeah. Oh, really? I thought it was starting the Fontaine quest, honestly. My bad. Well, okay. Yeah, I have the PlayStation wings, but you can't even equip them unless you're playing off of a PlayStation. It's really dumb. You need to finish Bedtime Stories, which is the last quest of Fontaine. Okay. I don't remember it saying Bedtime Stories. I remember it saying something else, but maybe it's because I had already finished it. I had already finished the quest, so the requirement shifts to the Meet Kachina quest. KFC greater than Chick-fil-A. Not here, it's not. KFC sucks here. KFC's terrible here, and it's overpriced. Garbage. It's so bad. KFC doesn't have the weird religious undertones. Honestly, you know what? When it comes to the whole religious undertones thing of Chick-fil-A, I don't even care. Because if you just give me my sandwich. If I'm there for a sandwich or a burger or whatever, just give me the damn burger. You praise Jesus on your own time. I don't care. Now, I know they were having that whole thing with, you know, some of them are really dumb, but I think it varies. You'll find varying degrees of dumb when it comes to Chick-fil-A. It depends on the one you go to, I think. And look, if I'm going to go for fast food anyway, I'm just going for shawarma anyway. Nope, I'm saying the truth. I've done it and got Kachina in my accounts without even doing the Inazuma quest, let alone Bedtime Story. Interesting. Wait, you're not looking at it right now? Are you turning this into a house of lies? You best not be. Hot take, Dairy Queen makes better burgers. I've never actually had a Dairy Queen burger before. Never thought to try it, because if I'm going to Dairy Queen for any reason, I'm just getting a Blizzard. Tricks, my bro. It's really hard to collect green obsidian ring. It took me 4 hours to collect the full 2 rings. Yeah, no, if you were here for the streams where I was farming those, I understand. I understand. I went down to the wire, man. Why is that so shocking? Why? Hold on, Bricken. No, hold on. Why is that surprising? You mean you went to the ice cream place and only bought ice cream? Oh my god! Yes! Of course! What the hell? Why is that shocking? Oh my god. Alright, fine. Let's go get Dairy Queen. Get over here. You know where I live. Let's go get Dairy Queen, jackass. I am back. Yes, there's been many chaos. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, Fremine. Actually, still, we never actually finished. Never actually finished Lynette. 2024 times has changed. Anyway, let's get to Jesus Christ. KFC is part of our heritage in this country. Well, the irony is technically my family's Jewish, so Chinese food is part of our culture at this point. You can't have a good Hanukkah unless you order Chinese. I don't know why, it just is that way. Also, Dairy Queen's ice cream machine works unlike a certain establishment. Well, yeah. If the ice cream shop had a broken ice cream machine all the time, I don't think they'd last very long. I'm just saying. Maybe that's a hot take. Why West always make jokes on East? Same reason East makes jokes on West. 5 4-stars from Fontaine. Oh wow, I guess there really 1, 2, 3. Oh wow, there really wasn't that many 4-stars from Fontaine. That's crazy. Hold on, you sure you 5? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, I think there's only 4 actually. Hold up. No, I don't think it... who's the 5th? 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Hold on, I think there's only 4. There's not even 5. Wait! There's only 4 Fontaine 4-stars. That's crazy. I can't tell if you're from Kentucky or Japan. I think she's like... Hold on, no, I should know this. 5... Oh, from 4.X. Okay. No, there's more than that. Lynette. Because Lynette, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's normal, actually. 6? Yeah, that makes sense, actually. That's totally normal. South Africa. I thought it was South Africa, but I didn't want to be wrong. They just make everyone's 5 stars these days. Well, yeah, that's not abnormal. Anyway, what the hell are we doing with Lynette? So apparently C1 kind of sucks. Maybe we just say C4 for the double dash. You know what? I kind of stand corrected. Only 50% though. What's the other 50%? You know what? I'm going to just go with C4. If C1 is as bad as Foxy makes it out to be, I'm going to go with C4 because the double dash is really, really good, and it's probably the thing that makes her the most interesting to use in the overworld. Probably. I guess. I was going off time zone. Well, I guess that makes sense, actually. It is the correct time zone. Fun fact. India's McDonald's is the same as US. Always the broken ice cream machine. Damn. Well, actually, I learned something a while ago. Do you actually know... Does anyone here know why the ice cream machine's always broken? Well, it's apparently because the company that makes the ice cream machine has some kind of crazy proprietary, like, copyright on all of its parts. So you can only get replacement parts from this one company. And because McDonald's is so widespread, right? This company can't actually fill the orders to fix the machines, and McDonald's isn't illegally allowed to get anyone else to work on it. So messed up. You need to finish the Fontaine quest to get Shishina, but you also have to yeah. Oh, no. What Quick Start does is it will automatically let you start the Natlan quest. That's exactly what I said. You can just start the Natlan quest early. Which is, I recommend doing, by the way. Osti, you should absolutely do that, because if you can finish the Natlan Archon quest before this patch is up, you get 500 Primo Gems. So it is actually worth doing. What is South Africa, but if not the Kentucky of Africa? Is that kosher or no? I don't think that's kosher. Anyway. Anyway, let's move on to Fremine. Fremine is kind of interesting because he's like that physical DPS similar to Razor, but he's just... I think he's just better than Razor, if I'm being honest. I think he's just a better Razor. If I'm being fully transparent. I don't know where he is, actually. I think I leveled him up. I did level him up. I put real investment into this kid at one point. So, crit rate on his skill, Shattering Pressure is good. Extra energy is fine, but I don't think he usually needs it. Is leaking in the chat? Not at the moment, I don't think. Sprix, you broke my heart. Ningguang was my main DPS until AR50. Oh, she's good. I'm just C6 makes her, like, awesome. She goes from, like, being okay to being, like, amazing. Hold on, I'm having a cookie. I've decided that I have earned a cookie. Oh, excuse me. Have you all seen the what cap? I don't think so. After triggering Frozen Shatter or Superconduct, attack is increased up to 2 stacks, like 18% attack. That's okay. And then 36% crit damage. I think he might actually be fine out of the box. I think this might be like a weird case of like the physical character being like totally workable out of the box. It's a little kitten going as it eats. Oh. Maybe. I've seen one that goes while it's eating. So that might be the same one. Yeah, Fremine I think might be okay at C0. He's actually like pretty good. Indian 7-11 is the worst. Don't take the inappropriate joke. Don't make an inappropriate joke. Anyway. Indian... I want another cookie. Indian 7-11? I have no idea. 7-Elevens here are, fine? They're okay, I guess. They make their taquitos are really good. Yeah, we're getting into the characters that I think no one knows anything about. I use Charlotte. I don't know her cons. I have no idea what Charlotte does with her cons. So more healing. Self-attack buff based on target's hit. They only know how to make nachos with chess. I'm assuming cheese, but chess is really funny to think about. Yeah, we're at the point in the stream where we're off topic at the slightest push. Yeah, we're almost done, guys. You gotta laser focus for a little bit. Oh, hold on. Hold on. They're over here somewhere. Keys! Keys! Look at the keys! Look at the keys, chat. Keys! Focus up, chat. We gotta look at the keys. We got stuff to do. Look at the keys. Okay. I got your attention. This Rick's got Mustang. Okay, I'm locked in. Nice! Opponent marked with the snappy silhouette, focus suppression will take 10% more damage and restore some energy. Okay, yeah, that's decent. When an active character normal in charge attack hits an opponent marked with her camera, icy impression, ghosts opening my door again, more damage, more attack, healing. So C0, right? I refuse the keys. We'll focus up on the tier list and you won't have to. Zoomy? Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Hey, Zoomy. Zoomy's just sitting behind me. I don't know why. Are you being a good girl? Are you being a good girl, or are you being a menace to society? Looks to me like you're being a menace to society. Yeah, C0. She's good out of the gate. Chevreuse, I think, is going to be the same boat, honestly. But we'll look at Chevy. We'll give Chevy a good a fair look. Because she's just good out of the box, but I guess it's C0 given no one seems to know what she actually does. Yeah. Because, like, none of her cons really, like, make you go, like, oh, okay, now she's viable. All of her, even without her cons, you're like, yeah, she's just good. And what do you say when she has her cons? Yeah, she's just good. It's the exact same thing. Magical door, like I saw in Western horror movies. Beware the magical door. Gaming might not be the same. Gaming's a weird one. We'll talk about Gaming. But yeah, so energy generation, which doesn't really matter, like it's party energy, which is nice, but it's only okay. More explosions, which do more damage. More explosion that does more damage, basically. And the C6 is really powerful, but man, you don't need it. You don't need it. So yeah, she's definitely a C0 girl. I think next was Gaming, right? There's really not much to say about her, thankfully, I guess, because she's just good. Gaming, on the other hand, though, he's an interesting one. So, obviously his C6 is crazy good. Like, more crit rate and more crit damage is just fantastic. Bigger radius, like, but he's playable without it. Sprix, where are you from in Canada? I don't think I can give that too much detail and information, but I'll just say Ontario. I'm located somewhere in Ontario, maybe. I love how the constellation's gone from animals and elements to things like literally just guns. Literally just a gun. Okay, but what if they had a gun? Alright, when Sonny Manchai, when your dog meets up with Gaming, you get health back. Doesn't really do all that much. It's nice, but it's whatever. Doesn't change anything. Gaming receives healing. Instance of healing overflows. He gets 20% attack. This is actually pretty good, right? It doesn't change him that much, though. C4, on the other hand, though, I think we have to talk about this one. So, I think It might be C4. Every year I root for no at the Briar. I don't know what that means. Don't worry, I ask for fun. I ain't gonna step in the Westgeld job. Oh no, I don't think that, but I don't want to publicly dox myself, you know? I gotta be careful about that. I gots to be safe. This isn't a you thing, this is a I'm on the internet thing. So, I gotta avoid specifics. So, I think the argument for Gaming is between C0 and C4. How many people have played Gaming? Do we have any Gaming enthusiasts in the chat that can remind me how bad his energy is? Because he has energy problems. He has some nasty ones. And without his burst, he kind of sucks. Like, you need that burst up. And this is really key to getting his burst back up when you need it. Northern Ontario, men's curling. Oh, I love curling. Yo, unironically, I love watching curling. It's like one of my favorite sports to watch, and I don't know why. I can't even explain it. I just think it's cool. I think it's neat. Gaming out of the box does a lot of damage, but without energy, he has a huge struggle. C4 helps fix that problem. I've never played Gaming, and all I know is that he has to do with plunging. Yeah, his plunges are really good. He needs his burst to do his plunges in a way that matters, though. And to make his plunges do something, he needs his burst so he can actually plunge frequently. I have C6, but I just play Zhongling for Pyro. Well, he's an on-field DPS, right? Like, you could run him with Zhongling, it'd be weird, but you could. I don't think you can post that. I don't think you can do that, Master. That might not go over so well. So, okay. I'm gonna put him in C0. Because he is really good. And just as like a draw damage dealer, as a new character, like if you're a new player and you just get Gaming, you're gonna be pretty happy. Because he's really good. But you really want to get a C4 eventually, because it does make a massive difference on his gameplay. Great American joke. Doesn't go over so well with Americans sometimes. My philosophy in life is Zhongling goes with only with Child and Risley. Understandable. The national guys. I totally get that. Yeah. C4 gives you that comfiness. But does it make or break him? Honestly, I don't think it breaks or make him. Yeah, wrong day. That was, 2 days ago. Yeah, some Americans are more sensitive about that than others. Others are down to make jokes at it because, well, it's weird, you know? I have a mixed take on this because when it comes to tragedies, it's like, sometimes it's appropriate to make fun of a tragedy because, you know, you make light of it to help, you know, make it less severe. So, I have mixed opinions on it, you know, it depends. Depends on the timing and know your audience, I think is the best way to put it, right? You know your audience. So sometimes you poke fun at a tragedy in order to soften it a bit. But not everyone vibes with that, right? It's a know your audience sort of deal. So you always gotta, you know, play your cards carefully. Hold your cards close to your chest. Because there's a place and a time, and, like, I'm not, like, from my money, I'm not going to give you shit for it. Honestly, like, I'm not going to give you shit for it, because I get it. I can see both sides of the fence, right? And when it comes to, certain other thing, like, sometimes, you know, you make fun of it, not just to soften it, but, I can think of a good example. Good example off the top of my head. You almost belittle, not the tragedy itself, but belittle those who, like, perpetrated it. Does that make sense? Yeah, Kendra makes a good point. Public space is like, like, know your audience. It's time and place, right? Like, sometimes, like, you might make fun of, like, those who perpetrated it rather than, like, the victims. You don't make fun of the victims. I think that's, like, that's impacting. Making fun of the person who perpetrated it, make them feel like an idiot? Make them go down in history as some kind of tool that no one respects? Absolutely. I am in for that. I think that's... I totally see the humor in that. Because you know what? If you're gonna, like, perpetrate and, like, make some kind of, like, tragic act to hurt somebody else, you should be treated like an idiot. You follow me? Am I out of line with that? Is that like a hot take? Why would YouTube recommend me memes about that thing? Now you see, now I could flip this into a really into a racist joke, unfortunately, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm better than that. But honestly, it's because of the time of the year. It was 2 days ago. It was literally 2 days ago, so that's probably why it's topical. Well, the tragedy wasn't 2 days ago, but the anniversary of it was. Practicing media literacy. Honestly, you know what, Kendra? I see where you're coming from, and I agree with you. Don't be too harsh, though. I would ask you not to be too harsh, though. Because there's big cultural differences at play here, right? From a non-American's point of view, who has no concept of, like, what that meant and what really, like all the shit that went down around it, it's not going to have the same impact or meaning, right? So, like, I say it's cool to educate and be like, hey, that's inappropriate. I don't think that's good, but no need to go. We don't need to we're not lynching people. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just just throwing it out there as more of like a general statement. What happened 2 days ago? Oh, the anniversary of 9/11. If you want the actual, that's just the answer. That's not inappropriate. That's just the answer. But let's get back on track. How did we get onto the topic of... What the hell is wrong with my chat? You guys are broken. You guys are borked. Chat's borked again. Anniversary is yeah, I mean, what else do you call it, right? I mean, anniversary is not a good word for it, but it's, is there a better word? Is there a better word that I don't know? Because that is a good point. It's not a great word for it in hindsight. No, I got you, Kendra. I totally understand. We might get Thanos snapped again. Yo, for real, though? YouTube might be all like, these guys need to settle down. Exactly, that's another thing, right? Like, edgy kids. Edgy teenagers, right? Like, we were all edgy teenagers once. Or, for some of you who are younger, are going to be an edgy teenager. I'm sorry, it's gonna happen. I can't stop it. We were all edgy kids once, and we all said stupid things. Which is part of the reason why I give a lot of people a lot of wiggle room, because I'm just like, look, man, I was there. I get it. I was young once, I think. An anniversary is a date event. It does not have to be happy. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for confirming that for me, actually. Because in hindsight, when I said it, and when someone pointed it out, I'm like, you know what? You make a good point. Anyway. We got 2 more characters left. We're so close. We're so close, guys. We can absolutely do this. I think my Sethos should be up here right now, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, boy. Apparently I'm just someone now. Well, hopefully you're not just someone, because we actually had someone in the chat named someone. They were troubling. Like, if I search American meme, I see the tragedy in black people. Yes, because you probably... Well, okay, actually, if you're using Google, or any kind of search engine, it's geo-based. So, it's going to look at where your location is, and just... Hey. No, I got nothing. I'm done. Yeah, we got 2 characters left. Let's wrap this up, guys. We can do it. We've been at this for 2 hours. We're almost... Oh my god, I have to cut this down again. I hate editing these ones. They're so long. Okay, does Sethos need cons? Let's find out. Yeah, I think he might be fine at cons. Like, 15% crit rate on specifically Shadow Piercing Shot is cool. God damn, he has so much text here. When the following conditions are met, he gets 15% electro damage bonus for 10 seconds, stacked twice independently. Consuming elemental energy and regaining elemental energy from his skill. Or just using his burst, I think? Oh. Okay, that's fine. 2.5 hours. Well, we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I've only been recording this for 2 hours. This ain't a world politics class. Yeah, I'm not fit to talk about politics. Politics is not my jazz. Dude, I spent 10 plus hours working on videos. Yo, I get it, man. But, like, when it comes to editing down something this long, God, I hate it. Because so much of it is just like, okay, that's like just 30 minutes. Just rip that out. Shadow Piercer or Dusk Bolt Shot strike two or more opponents. All party members gain some EM. That's sort of... It's good, but it's mid. Because of the trigger. After Shadow Piercing Shot strikes an opponent, the elemental energy consumed by the passive talent will be returned. Can be triggered up to every 15 seconds and must first unlock the Black Kite Enigma. Okay. So you get a free shot every 15 seconds? Eh. Seems okay. Yeah, I put him at C0. He's a C0 guy. He does his job at C0. Seems good to me. I don't think there's much else to say. Are actors the same as characters they portray? No. Just because they play nice character on screen doesn't mean they're nice off screen. And vice versa. That's very random to bring up, but that is true. Because chat decided to start yapping about useless stuff, not to be rude. Says something absolutely rude, but not to be rude though. Okay. I'm gonna put Kachina in 0. We'll look at the cons, but having played with all the cons now, I do think she is something of a C0 girl. She should be up here somewhere. I leveled her to 90, didn't I? Yeah, I did. No, I leveled her to 81. But like, yeah, this one is... The C1 kind of is like, whatever. The C2 is really nice. I will admit, like, the extra 20 Night Soul is really good, but it's fine without it. Extra defense is fine, and this is also fine. Yeah, honestly, she's C0. She's good out of the box. She does exactly what she needs to do right away. Quick, how many pulls do you have saved? Like, close to 80? 80-ish, I want to say? 70 or 80. Somewhere around there. I'll double check for you. So, anyway, I'm going to finally wrap up this video, because, god damn, for those watching on YouTube, this was 2.5 hours almost, and most of it was yapping about stuff that made no sense. Oh my god. Anyway, that's every single character rated based on what constellation they're particularly good at. So, as a new player, if you get one of these characters, what constellation is the one you should be looking out for? And I think this is fairly accurate for the most part. Like, most characters, most 4-stars are actually good right away. Some want a constellation or 2, and then there's a handful of them that want like 4 or 6 because they're very, very greedy and need all the help they can get sometimes. Or just need that one talent to break themselves in half. See Noel for details. Anyway, so that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. As always, cheers. Whew. Okay, now I can finish up the video. That was painful. It is so hard to keep you guys focused. I need to, like, just, like, keep the keys closer. How could you hold the nature of chat against it? It's not that... Is it not the want of chat to chat? Oh, I want chat to chat, but... Man, when it gets into the topic, I don't know how we... How did we get on politics? We speak Japanese, true. My Lynette is 33. Very cool. Could not get a con for my Lynette, for God's sake. Yeah, getting cons for Lynette for me was also a bit of a nightmare, so... You were too slow. That's okay, don't worry about it. I will say, though, that, I think you guys did a good job. So thank you guys. Maybe I do have to just do that. Stream Subway Surfers for B-roll. I'm not ending stream, by the way, guys. Big reminder, we are not done with stream yet. I'm just done recording the video. I'll be editing that throughout the week. That's just the way it is. Yep, yapping on heaven's door. I love it. But let me get my train of thought back here for a moment. It's always like the longer it goes on, the more like wildly off topic it gets, and it gets into some weird categories of conversation that I'm just all like, uh-oh. This is the kind of conversation that might get someone banned. Oh god. It always happens. They're not always necessarily about to leave, but there's a good chance that some people are going to because they hear, oh, he said cheers, time to go. Well, we'll go ahead and move that back. We'll move back over there. Sorry, guys, you've been demoted to off-screen again. So to answer your question, I have 12,000 primos plus 20. So that is 12,000 is... Oh my god, why is math so hard right now? Alexa, 12,000 divided by 160.
12,000 divided by 160 is 75.
95. All part of my plan to silence Foxy. You did it. You did it. Yeah, so I have 95 wishes plus 30 in Star Glitter, so 125. And I'm going to check, do I have any Genesis? I have another, like, 5,000 and change in Genesis, so we have a lot right now. Sometimes I can still hear his voice. Oh my god. Anything interesting in the shop right now? You can buy crowns in the shop now. That's crazy. Kind of expensive, but you can do it. Is there ever a universe I buy a Blackcliff weapon? I've never bought one of these, but I'm thinking I might. Maybe one day. Anything else I want to grab? I don't think so. I think we're good. That is a healthy amount. No kidding. Yeah, we're in a good spot right now. And we're on a guarantee right now, so when Shiloh Nen drops, there's a chance I might go for her sword. Or, I think she's sword. People keep saying she's sword. I don't know if she's sword, actually. That might be leak information. I apologize. I don't actually know, though. I might go for whatever her weapon is. Because if I have the resources, I might as well. She's running with Raiden Shogun, so if I lose a 50-50, I might get an Engulfing Lightning. I think she runs with Shogun. Did they say she's running with Shogun or someone else? Am I wrong? I might be. No, Shogun's running with Kenichi. Never mind. Never mind. I'm talking out of my ass. I'm getting all my banners mixed up. My bad. My bad. Shogun Snipe would be nice. A Snowgun Snipe would be quite good. She is super good. I'm gonna farm some more Mora. Yeah, Shogun's next half. My bad. My brain is a little melted. My brain is kind of fried after what we just did, okay? So bear with me. Yeah, that would make sense for her to be a sword. I think that's like the theory, is because you get a crafted defense sword. She's Geo. She's probably, from what we know, she's a defense scaler, I think. And regardless of any of that, she, you know, we have a defense sword. Why? And she's Geo. Like, why wouldn't she be? I almost got it right. My brain went from 16,000 minus 3,200, which makes sense to 1280, which would say 72 wishes. Brain works faster than I type. Yep. Well, I have the same problem, actually.
A bitter pill to swallow. Seems like an emergency. Give some space. Move or
I always do that in the wrong order.
Wings of darkness.
mind the side effects.
Damn it.
I will. Stand down. Good. Nice.
Yeah, Setho's kind of good, though. I like Setho so far. I don't know how much we're going to put into... I don't know how much we're going to use him in the future, but I do like him. I have 37 wishes and 3 pity. So you basically have 40 wishes, right? That's how that works. 60 pity without a guarantee. Yeah, I'm in good shape right now for Shilonen. And then, depending on what we have left from that, I might be going for Mavuika as well. Depends on how lucky we get. 1 wish and a dream. That's all you need. All you need is 1 wish. Just get lucky, forehead. I have only 67 wishes, and I'm saving for a C6 tortilla. I like it. Ooh. And the guarantee, actually. That's nice. Hey, welcome back, Sander. I was going to do a team with Sayu, wasn't I? So I have a Sayu team. I'm going to do 1 change to it. Or 2 changes to it, actually. We're going to do... We'll do her first. Then... Jingling. And Kaya.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
I'll have to rebuild them a little bit, but... Zhongling might be fine? Do I have the better Fav Lance available? I could just throw the catch on her, but... I'll throw... No, I only have level 80s. Okay, that's fine. We'll just keep Fav Lance on her. She's built like shit. Who cares? You mean Tortellini? No, I think she's talking about... she's talking about Ajax, the cleaning solution. You know, the one that, like, the stuff for cleaning your drains in your sink. My mom asked me what time is 1800 hours, and even though I'm saying 6 p.m. constantly, she still Googled it. Mood. That's a big mood, ain't it? I don't want Ame no Makageuchi on you. I would love Wolfang on you, actually, and it looks sick on you, but... Wolfang is spoken for, isn't it? What is a good backup weapon for you? Maybe just Fav Sword. Might just be Fav Sword. Yeah, we'll throw Fav Sword on you. And then, for this team, I think... I just run Noblesse? Like, we just run... You just become our Noblesse holder? Let me see if I have a Noblesse build I can throw on him. Fun history fact. Better be fun. This fun history fact better be actually fun this time. And my internet is on the fritz. Have you ever tried just calling your internet service provider and meow like, what the hell's your... Like, hey, buddy, what the hell's your problem? Okay, let's get to work. Let's see what's available. I could take this... I think I'm going to be taking a mix of stuff from Dory and... Actually, I think it's Dory and Rosa. Yeah, we'll just go with attack. I don't think I have a cryo damage one, and you already have crit damage. So I really just need a cryo cup, right? So we just throw like whatever half decent cryo cup I have. That's a good one, and Aloy's certainly not using it. Seems fine. The slogan for Ajax is stronger than Greece, which is funny as there was a Greek man named Ajax who was the strongest man in Greece. Oh shit! Did you are you actuallying him? Isn't that like Greek mythology? I don't know if Ajax was a real person. But maybe I'm wrong. And... I put Kachina in here. Oh, oops. How did Kachina get in here? Did I break the wrong team? Oh, I totally just broke the wrong team. Oh. Oops. It's fine. It's fine, we don't talk about it. I absolutely ripped apart the wrong team, though. Oops! Hopefully I didn't break an important team. No, it's right, I have a whole degree in this. But it ain't a history fact. Oh. Elaborate. If it's not a history fact, what kind of a fact is it? It's an EM, animo damage bonus, crit damage. And I'm running you on Mailed Flower. Do I want to run you on Animo? What's the stats right now? Ugh, no, I definitely don't want to run you on that. I'll switch these two. That looks a little better. 369, nice. It's a mythology fact. Rutrow, we have a Sino in the group. We might. Okay, so I was talking about this earlier. And I don't know who was talking about it originally now. I actually don't remember now. I got so lost in the sauce at this point. I don't know what's going on anymore. Who was talking about how bad Sayu is? Like, outside of, like transportation, like, she has no gameplay. She's got no game. Also, it's technically a mythology reference and a piece of trivia about a company slogan, so not a history fact. Oh. So can we have a new thumbnail or something like this? Thumbnail has seen more than a year. Yeah, if someone would be willing to help me make a new thumbnail, I'm in for it. Okay, I need to build energy back. Why are you guys here? You're part of their crew. I'm just actually getting energy back for when I actually go nuts. Rain of bullets? No. Alright, we catch up. Did we just become best friends? Yep. I think that's how that works, right? Well, I like on Capitano's head replaces with your cat's head. Oh my god, it does, doesn't it? That's funny. Yeah, I didn't make the original thumbnail. The thumbnail I got was a gift. But I would like to change it out. I just need to get, like, a thumbnail that looks really good. I could try to do the thing that I know some streamers do. They'll make an original thumbnail for every single stream. But I don't know if I have the... I don't think I have the talent for that, if I'm being honest. My thumbnails suck. Bro decided to almost kill Sayu before dying. Pish posh, she was fine. Let me show you what Sayu can do.
Frostbite. Freeze. Forget it.
Welcome to Sayu's delivery service, where we deliver the finest of pain. We deliver nothing but pain. Only problem is that, man, energy's rough in this team, I'm not gonna lie. Meowitano. Yep, that's him. That's the guy. That's the guy. I seen it. Currently playing Genshin and listening to the stream, and I heard that you need help, so... Oh, I need a thumbnail. I need someone who's good at making thumbnails. I know of one person, but I don't know if I want to, like, bug him for a stream thumbnail. Ah! Oh my god, this chair is absolutely crushing my grapes. Oh, okay. Spriggs, I sent you a picture of two goblets. Which one is better for Pyronado? For a Milani team. I'll take a look at that in a second. The GIF thumbnail is very good, but it's old now, and the first impression is the last impression. Yeah, I guess. If you're coming tomorrow, let's brainstorm. Am I dead? Cookies are more important. Cookies are important. I agree. Well, I definitely still like the, you know, we're vibing, we're chilling, we're hanging out, we're doing stuff, but I think I wanted to more incorporate some of the off-meta stuff that I do. I think that would be more interesting. It's the Pyro Damage Cup, and it's not even close. Yeah, Pyro Damage Cup, and it's not even close. To answer your question, Sander. I'm lying, I miss my dad, and I'm looking forward to seeing him and his cookies. I do make them things for the youngins called thumbnails, but I'm not sure you saw. I've seen a couple of them. They look good. Honestly, if you are down to help me out with a thumbnail at one point, DM me about it. Definitely. I have a couple people. I know of a couple people who do thumbnails, and I kind of want to just. I need something with staying power, and I know that Astra's thumbnails are very good and have that staying power. I think, but. I don't want to bother. I feel like I'm always bothering you. Welcome to Sayu's delivery service. May I take your order? Did someone order death? Sorry, we're all out of death. We only have pain. Yo, this team rad or what? I like the off-meta stuff. Yo, me too. This is why when someone says a character like Sayu's bad, she doesn't have any application for anything, and I'm like, excuse me? Has someone not seen Sayu's delivery service? Do they not know? And now you know. Now you've all learned. You've been educated on the power of what you do with Sayu. Hey, I always look for upgrades for my channel. Whether it's upgrading, like, my stream setup, or upgrading, like, my thumbnails or whatever. I'm getting hungry. I have leftovers for lunch. It's leftovers from Subway. It's literally just a flat bread and pepperoni. If I'm being honest. Bread and meat. I can throw together some concepts for a new thumbnail. Unfortunately, I don't really do digital anymore since my drawing tablet was destroyed. But I do have ideas. Interesting. You want to know something sad? You want to hear... Who here wants to hear a sad story? I would... Okay, there's something I want eventually, but if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna pay a like a real anim... Like, I shouldn't say real animator. That sounds disingenuous. I want to pay like a really high-end animator to do it for me. I want my stream transition between scenes to be Dia punching the screen away. That's what I want. I'm pretty skilled when it comes to making cool thumbnails, but I don't know the full details. Honestly, I don't know the full details either, and it's my thumbnails. I'm already a depressed millennial, so lay it on me. Yo, same. Well, here's a sad story. On the note of a broken... drawing pad. I actually have a drawing pad. It's unopened. I had, from a couple years back, a high-end drawing pad that I had purchased as a gift for a girl I liked. And things were going okay between the two of us until they weren't. And I never got a chance to give her gift. So I have an unopened... decent, drawing pad from a few years back. It's actually quite old now in hindsight. It's 5 years old now. Maybe older. 6 years? But, yeah, so I got the... I don't know, maybe not that long. It's a few years old. But, I got this drawing pad. It was never opened, and I never got a chance to give it to the person I liked. There's your sad story for the day. That'd be lit for the transition. I know, right? I'm not an animator, so that's out of my window. But hey, Sprig, send me a DM later today in case I forget. I'm kind of interested. So, you want to buy a... You want a cheap drawing pad? I wouldn't mind just, offloading it on someone, if I'm being honest. If I can give it to someone who would actually get use out of it... Now, how the hell would I get it to South Africa, though? Okay, if you ever find yourself near Canada, let me know. You can just take the drawing pad off me. What's shipping there like? Shipping there probably sucks, actually. Never mind. Then you'd have to give me your address. I don't want your address. I don't want your address. Go away. I'm kidding. I'm half kidding. Don't go away. Don't give me your address. What else is there? Actually, I do know something else we can do. It's more of just running around, but it's something on my mind at least. I figured that's what you meant, Austie. You're not much of a... You do the thumbnails and you're interested. Just, if you forget, I might forget too. I'm very forgetful, as you may be very aware of. So, I might hit you up on that, though. Shipping would probably be cheaper than getting a new tablet, to be honest. Check what the shipping rates are like, because straight up, I might, if you pay the shipping, I just send it to you, probably. Like I said, if I can give it to someone who'd actually get use out of it, like, shit, man, like, I just want to offload the thing. It just takes up space in my house, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It takes up space. Which I am sorely lacking. Sorry, I'm eavesdropping on my boss in IT at the moment. Nice. Anything juicy? Alright, fine, I'm gonna leave the stream since I'm not welcome. Wait, what? What are you talking about? What? I'm not talking about you! I was talking to Kendra anyway. Dum-dum. Oh my god. Welcome back, AO. Just love when YouTube kicks me off and starts updating for no reason. Yo, me too. I love it. It's a favorite pastime. I love watching updates happen against my will. Yeah, if you're actually serious about that, let me know, Kendra. Just let me know what the shipping rates are, and if, like, if you can cover that, because I don't think I really want to pay. I don't want to pay someone. To be honest, I don't want to pay someone to take away an item from me. That sounds dumb. And also, if you're comfortable, let me know, because I'd have to know your address, right? So, or somewhere I could ship it to where you could get it. So that's up to you, though. Which I don't know. Like, I know I wouldn't be comfortable with that. So that's a whole different conversation. Rip DBZ fan, true. I love random updates. What do you? Alright, cool. Very cool. Now, I'll be honest, I have no idea what kind of shape this thing is or how good it is at this point, because it is quite old now. But it was new when I bought it. And it hasn't, like I said, has not been opened. Like, it's still in the original, like, Amazon packaging. Oy vey. I'm just kind of looking around for treasure chests at the moment, because I'm thinking, you know what I can do? Since we're done the tier list, I'm not really building anyone right now. So we can kind of, like, just, like, explore around with, like, Sayu's delivery service for the memes. And go from there. Oh! Hey, I had an idea. Random idea. Let me know what you think of this. You ever wanted to try doing a top 10 list? Like, as a chat, like, as a group? Would you guys want to try doing that sometime? Because I have a topic you guys might get a kick out of. That you guys might have some, like, hot takes on that could be fun. How would you feel about a top 10 list on, like, the top 10 off-meta teams? Like, just wacky teams that, like, are legitimate, but, like, are not part of the norm. I have given the topic. I'm intrigued. You're talking to me about the shipping costs, anywhere from 30 to 150 CAD. I'm not interested in the tablet, if you're wondering. No. It's not for you, Austie. You know what? If you ever get a tablet, I'm stealing it. You can't have it anymore. On principle. Hey, RPG Ground. RP Ground. God, your name mystifies me some days. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well.
This will be frozen.
Oh my god, switch. We're in water and ice. Is it freeze? Is it reverse melt? Is it vape? We have no idea, but we're doing it. Oh wow, I could even, like, break the shield, I think. Oh, I couldn't quite do it. Oh, it's close.
Dodge
bad. If my team was better built, I could probably do some cool shit with that. Mine would be burn Alhaitham. Alhaitham's banned. But maybe. I thought you were talking to me. Nah, you're good. When would... I would say that we would need to list the off-meta teams to consider, or maybe a demo. Or you know what? You know what we might do then? I have an idea of this then. How about, rather than doing the top 10 list like live, what if the video, like the stream, is all about trying off-meta teams that chat comes up with? And trying to pick out good and making notes of like all the good ones, and then like I would do the top 10 list as like a video later. It could be something like that. I already get bullied by enough people when I stream. It seems I cannot get away from being bullied. This is pure Austie discrimination from the streamer. Well, you're still doing better than Kakarot, man. That guy gets absolutely killed in chat sometimes. Like absolutely killed. I need a statue. I'm off to sleep now. All right, have a good night, Ivy. Appreciate you being here. Take care. Take care and rest well. Can I ask what make it is? You can ask, but I can't give you an answer right now. It is currently tucked away in a little corner in the back of my room on the floor. So I can't actually see or reach it from here. I have to go digging for it a little bit. Not digging, it's not buried. It's just back there. I'd have to like take a moment. I can like open it up because, you know, hold on, maybe I can check this. I bought it off Amazon, so Amazon might still have a record of it, right? I'm starting to think that's never getting shipped. I need to find... How far does it go back? It should be here. Wow, it does not go back that far, huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's gonna autoplay. Don't do it. Kakarot's not even here to defend himself. Well, it's true, though. Austin streams sometimes. He streams on Twitch mostly, I think, though. Today's deal, I'm looking for returns and orders. Here we go. I need... Do I have any archived orders? No. Now, what year would I have bought this thing? 2020? Hold on. I can find this. Give me a sec. Hold on. I'm gonna get you the information. Amazon will... what about 2021? Oh, I found it. It is... God, this has so many text on it. Okay, I'm just gonna copy paste it. There you go. That is that's the drawing tablet. It was. I bought it. So it's from 2011 or 2021, not 2011. Jesus Christ, no, 2021. Like it. Yoi Overload is my entry for that video. Everyone complains that Yoi does not have any AoE, but if you combo her with Cookie or Fischl, well, yeah, well then all of a sudden you do have AoE. It's like complaining about AoE. Well, then just make your own. Just make your own AoE. Exactly. You know what? I like it. Kakarot already, is he busy right now? I assume he's just busy. Probably got other things to do, man. It's like I always say, there's never pressure or obligation to hang out here, right? So, like, you know, people doing their own thing, they're vibing. Mr. Streamer, man, is it alright to kind of self-promo here? By saying I used to stream on Twitch, but I recently switched to YouTube? And I tell Sandra that, yeah, that's fine. I know that some people... I accidentally found the thing. Well then! I'ma just leave that one alone. I'ma just leave that alone. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I've made an executive decision. We didn't see anything. I didn't see a damn thing. Chat, did you see anything? Because I didn't see a damn thing. Oh, nice. Okay, Sander. Okay, Sander. God damn it. This is the reason we can't have nice things. Yeah, they just put that there, huh? Hello. Can you stippy stamp for me? Yeah. Can you do a little stippy stamp? Hello. You offend me because I can't climb on top of you because I want to ride you like a horse. Like a really big angry horse. Oh, good. Good thing, Osti. Glad to hear it. Zhongli has a night... y'all on thin ice. I don't trust any of y'all. It is, in fact, actually more expensive to ship it here. Damn. Not surprising. Shipping sucks. International shipping is, like... you know what? Straight up, international shipping is a scam. Like, straight up, international shipping is garbage. Just even shipping to the States is, like, $50. Sometimes. Uh-oh. Hold on. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing. Oh, no. Paimon? Paimon, let me go. Paimon, let me go. Okay. Can't stop me. You can't stop me, Paimon. Ha! I did it. Such a funny failsafe. Why is this the default teleport location? So funny. Yeah, I was disappointed that we could not raid the beasties. I know. What a waste. Man, that land sure looking real weird all of a sudden. That's wild. Also, ooh, a new best in a couple days. Looking forward to that. Oh, man. I'm hungry. Hold on, I'm gonna have one more cookie. I just need something on my stomach, like, goddamn. I should take some... I gotta go pick up some, like, healthy snacks again. I have mushroom chips that I ordered online that were supposed to show up, but they haven't gotten here yet. And yes, AO, I'm very proud of you. Good job. I'm very proud. They grow up so fast. Cookie. Alright, take care, Sean, man. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Appreciate you. Cookie. I like cookie. I like it a cookie. Oh, actually, you know, I do want to check one thing. What was that dinosaur? The dinosaur that was, like, scamming people? I don't remember where he was hanging out. If I can find that dinosaur spot again, I want to see if I can feed him anything to get more stuff. Or get an achievement or something. Open rock. And wrong chest.
Looks kind of cozy in here.
How many of the rings fragments do I have for their region anyway? 2. I'm close. I feel like going to kill that dinosaur would be in bad taste, so I'm not going to do that. Not real Saitama. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. If you're not the real Saitama, who is then? Want a hidden achievement? Is this another fake achievement? Or is this a real one this time? Is this a real fake achievement or a fake real achievement? 'Cause I'll try it. Sure, why not? Got nothing better to do. Ah, here's our boy. That's what I'm looking for. Hello. I need a Yumkasaur body. Where is a dinosaur I can possess? I must possess a dinosaur. Hello. Prepare to be possessed. Hello, child dinosaur. Do a dance. Dance for me. Okay, fine. Or don't. Or don't. Whatever. I don't want you to do it anyway. Get in the top of the stadium and that. Again? Okay. Okay. Okay there, buddy. Nice try, guy. Tried that before. Strange Yumka is just happy after being fed. Oh. Well, maybe it's one of those things if you do it a bunch of times. Someone brought food. Nice. When he's back, we eat together. When will he come back? Oh, jeez. Who wants a big old cup of depresso? Yep, they're still just serving depresso. The babies are so stinking cute. Also, for a baby dinosaur, why is he level 100? That's wild. Also, how does... Okay, I don't know how this keeps happening. Every time I start exploring the Scion of the Canopy region, I somehow always end up at this landmass again. How does that keep happening? Like, no matter where I go, I end up here. It's freaking me out, man. Genshindle? I started a smidge late today, so I'm going to go a little longer. But we'll do Genshindle soon. I'll sing my little Genshindle song and we'll do the thing. We'll do the thing in the place. You don't want to know what that baby did to get that level. It ate 99 rare candies? That'd be the nice answer. Or is it like Pokemon Go candy, where you have to grind up your old Pokemon into candy to level them up? Ooh, what's happening up here? I don't think I've been up here yet. Or maybe I have. I don't know. All this looks the same to me. Everything looks the same. Okay, I've been up here. God damn it. Gosh dang it. Alright. I don't know where to start with this area to go start finding chests again. Because this is the region I have, like, the least exploration in, so there's still got to be a whole bunch of, like, luxury and precious chests, right? Like, there has to be. Yeah, I need to invest in a new chair again soon. Man, this chair did not last. I'm sad. I am very sad. Oh, hold up. Do I have that marked? That looks like a, Is it just me, or is that a Shrine of the Depths over there? Hold up. Let's investigate. While I'm making my way over there, I'll pre-ask the question, just out of curiosity. Do any of you guys have what most would consider an off-meta character or team that you really like? Like a character or a team comp that most would consider, nah, that's not meta, that's not very good, but you like it anyway? Some people had to 100% Netland to get the rings. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I've been hearing the horror stories. I think that is a Shrine of the Depths. Oh, neat. I sent a pic in the Pets channel on the Discord. I require you to view it immediately. Alright, let's take a look at this. I gotta find pets. Pets. Where are the pets? Pet pictures. That cat's Batman. This is a dog face. It's a doggo face. What a precious lad. Or girl. I don't even know. I don't even care. my god, it's so big. Why is it so big? Hold on. Look at this thing. He's huge. The picture's so huge. You just zoom right into his nostrils. Like, look in there. We can get right in there. Just drooling a little bit. That's adorable. Well, thank you for that. Much appreciated. I feel like my day has just improved. I'll have to take a screenshot of that later. His name is Gary. What a nice name. Tell Gary that I love him very much. Team 2. Team 1, beat 'em up. Dendro, MC, D-Luke, Hazo, and Cookie. That's right, interesting. Super Freeze, Hazo, Cookie, Rosaria, and Kokomi. Ooh. Ooh. Fascinating. If only I could use Sayu skill to climb this thing. Well, everyone hates Dory, and thinks she's bad, so I just run her as the main DPS on my aggravate team. So Dory, Nahida, Sucrose, and Beidodo. But Nahida is replaceable with pretty much any Dendro unit. Dendro, MC, Kawe. Probably Baiju to some extent. Yeah. I like it. I guess Foxy would probably include Eula in there, because like most Eula teams would be considered off-meta. I'm, of course, a big proprietor of Mono Geo. Burgeon Blast. Kave, Toma, Shincho, and Yelan. I've actually tried doing Burgeon and Hyper Bloom and stuff with Kave at the same time, and it's not the best, but it's not terrible. I've seen much worse. Why fight the dinosaurs when I can just mind meld them out of existence? So much easier this way. Just disintegrate them. It's so much easier. Now, I'm like 100% certain I don't have any rings, keys to the depths handy right now, but I'll check. Nope. I will mark this, though. Let's get a mark on this one so I know there's a shrine here. Farazan, Bennett, Furina, Zhongli. Oh, so like a Farazan DPS team? I like it, I like it. What about Overload, National, Benny Raiden, Chevrolet, and Sara? That is actually meta. That is actually a meta team, unfortunately. That is not off meta. That's actually somewhat meta. Yeah, you're like, wait, hold on, that's actually meta, damn it. Like, the more unpopular characters that a team uses, the better, in my book. Could be Foxy, but his previous owner was also a gay man with questionable ideas. I say this with love, gay solidarity, and he's like a brother to me, so I can be mean to him. Oh, okay. Well, it is inappropriate to be mean to someone because they're gay. Though you can't just be mean to them because they're, like, for any other reason. Any other reason is fine, probably. That's your prerogative at that point. Just don't be like, just don't be an asshole about it. Right? Push all the buttons until they die.
Frostbite.
Ninjutsu.
You know, I wonder how well this team would do against the Wonder Triplets. I might be willing to try it, but I'm kind of scared. What about Mount Ayaka with Benny? Okay, yeah, that's a decent one. I think that's a reasonable pick, actually. Look at my other teams. I think I'll share picks in Discord. Cool. I'll take it. I'll take the suggestions from anywhere, because any teams I can try or cover would be could make for good content. With C6, so that would be a Pyro Ayaka? Maybe?
Don't mind if I do.
Now, do keep in mind that the idea is that these teams end up being good, right? So, I don't know if that would be good. Because on paper, it does not sound good. sounds actually quite bad. If I'm being fully transparent. Mr. Dinosaur, just stay over there and nobody has to get hurt. I don't know how meta this is, but I run Shincho, Dia, Kazuha, and Risley. It's like meta adjacent, maybe? Ow! Alright, back to the statue. But I'd say that's like maybe meta adjacent because, like, I don't know how meta Risley is, but he's very good. And all those characters synergize with him very well, so... I don't know, actually. Maybe. And then I had fun for a while with Shincho, Bennett, Chongus, and Gaming. Chongus and Gaming. Like... You could do... You could do funny cryo plunges, maybe. That's an interesting one. That one's definitely more off-meta than the other one. Confidently, I can say, but... I don't know, actually. They're both good. Well, the idea was self-vape. I think I get the idea. I think. But, I don't know. There's some teams, it's really funny that, like, some teams get marked off as being off-meta, but it's like, okay, but the team's actually just broken. Are you sure you know what off-meta is? What about Electrocharge Kaching? Okay, now you're cooking. Is it good? Maybe, actually. Electrocharge driving, Kaching with, like... What would we run it with, though? Have to figure out what it runs with, but I think it might work. Was also thinking about once of getting C6 Fires on so I can make a DPS Sayu team. I mean, this is kind of like a DPS Sayu team, what I'm doing now, but it's not quite that. But that would be a cool idea, just like roll up with a whole bunch of, what the? This is not safe. This is not built to code. How do I get up here? Hold on, do I have to do it from above? Is there a higher point I jump from? Oh, there totally is. You Yumkaso your way over. Okay. Hello, sir. Sitting there very suspiciously. Prepare to get mind melded. What's my easiest route? Actually, I might be able to just jump on over there, right? Yeah! Uh-oh. 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 Ow! Already, I sent my team in the Discord in general. Cool. Siegewin, Kokomi, and Beto? Or maybe Furina instead of Siegewin? Furina has this problem where she almost makes any team meta. Almost. So, I'm willing to... I'd consider it. I would certainly consider that one, though, because Siegewin is not considered meta, I don't think. Not yet. I think she'll be vindicated, but not yet. I could see something like that, though. Ooh. Yay! How close are we to another key? Ooh, we get a Claymore billet soon. Ooh, fun. And we claim that. No keys on the horizon, but more wishes. 5 of these now, too. And what about the statue? How's my statue the 7 looking? Maybe we can sneak another key out here. Can't forget my OG team of Kaching, Zhongling, Goro, and Ito. Yeah, the team that's like, okay, so I couldn't decide if I wanted to do a Kaching team or a Goro team, so I just did both. I just do both at once. Or worship. Hey! I didn't look what the rewards are. Was there a key in there? Probably not. What did I get? 100 Primo Gems. Oh shit, I did get a key. Okay, awesome. Actually, this is great. This is fantastic. Hold on, we might be able to end this stream on a high note. It cooks early in the early game. Oh, no doubt. Because, like, you have an answer for, like, everything at that point. Like, your coverage is good. Your exploration is good. and you can pretty much do everything in the early game puzzle-wise, so yeah. Let me cook with gas. Alright, you can cook with gas, just don't cook any meth. Let my mind cook. Are you going inside of your mind palace? Alright. Yo, have y'all watched the Kachina video yet? Alright, open. So this looks like it's part of the Scions of the Canopy region. I hope it is. If it's not, I'm going to feel really, really sad. Uh-oh. It's like riding that line very finely. Okay. Gold?
What's in here? Maybe a growth serum?
Nothing! Damn it. Alright, which region did it count for? Neither. Okay, that chest wasn't real. It didn't exist. Got it. Okay, cool. Fake chest is fake. Alright, well that's neat, I guess. Alright, one last place I want to run around in real quick, and then we'll head over to Genchindle for the, to wrap up the thingy-bobs. Because I never actually went down to, like, this lower, like, swampy region. Like, I've, like, or even, like, just behind the city. Yeah. My OG team was, like, physical Rosaria with no superconduct. Man, it was weird, man. Back in the day when we didn't know what we were doing. Alright, have a good day at work, man. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you, dude. Oh, I should mention... Okay, so you want to hear something funny, chat? Since Brick's heading out right now. He might hear this before he goes. So... Today is Bricken's birthday. And he bought me a present today because there's something wrong with him, I think. Basically, he bought me a Steam gift card to help pay for a video game I'm buying today. I was playing around with the idea of streaming it. Whoa, who are you? I'm not going to talk to you because you look like you have a quest for me. I'm going to put a marker here. You look important, though. Nancy. 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 Cool outfit, though. I like your staff. Oh, this looks like it goes somewhere cool. No, I want to... Wow, you got kicked out of there fast! Holy shit, you touch that one, it's like, no, leave! It's literally like, no, I said no! It's like, Jesus Christ, Paimon, calm down! Oh my god. It kicks you out of there fast. Holy shit. Anyway, I'm buying the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. So, if any of you like fighting games, and you happen to own or want to, or plan on picking up Marvel vs. Capcom's fighting game collection, let me know. Your journey ends here. Yes, seriously. Hold on, I'm gonna do that again. I want to see if that's, like, fast every time, because that's wild. Because it's just a failsafe that you don't, so you don't go past the boundary, so it's kind of funny. It's so silly. And it's kind of cool, you might be able to take a look, because this is probably going to be a later area. Maybe a boss fight will be here? Maybe. The bonk was so immediate. Yeah, let's go.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Oh, and let me go further this time.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later? How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Okay, why was the bonk so fast that time? That was weird. Maybe there's maybe it happens on certain frames or something. I don't know. Maybe there's like a specific trigger. Like timing-wise. I don't know. That's wild though. That's funny. Anyway. Well, that was amusing, at the very least. Trying to enter the staff-only area at McDonald's and you get sent to the Shadow Realm immediately. Yeah, pretty much. Because Ronald McDonald's in there, and he'll send you into the Nether Realm with his magic bag. And if you get that reference, oh my god, you're old. You're like my age. Means you played the Super Nintendo, like you played like some of the NES and Super Nintendo McDonald's video games. Shit, man. Shit, that was a different time, man. Anyway. Moving on. So, I'm going to go ahead and get Genshindle. Genshindle. We'll get Genshindle done. And then we can talk a little bit about any other plans we might have for tomorrow. Because I am streaming tomorrow. It's Saturday, but, you know, make up for Tuesdays. I might have to officially change my schedule to include Saturdays, but yeah. I didn't get the reference, but I was immediately reminded of the Snatcher guys in Bloodborne. I love Bloodborne. Yo, I heard I got a little tidbit that there's a bunch of PC mods, like emulation mods for Bloodborne on PS3 or PS4. So you could almost run it on PC. Like, it's looking good on PC now, thanks to modders. And I'm not gonna lie, if I can stream that game off my PC, I would do it in a heartbeat. I friggin' love Bloodborne. It's always Eula, never Eula. Always Albedo. Old sword character. They're Olge. Must be Bennett. Never mind. Very close, though. Oh, obviously it couldn't be Bennett. Oh, it's Kaching? It could be Chi-Chi, I guess, but Kaching or Chi-Chi? I'm gonna go with Chi-Chi. It was Kaching. It was Kaching more recently than it was Chi-Chi, so I'm gonna go with Chi-Chi. It's Kaching. Okay, fine. Bloodborne PC real 2K24 not real not quick wait. Maybe actually maybe. Alright, it's Kaching. It's Kaching. Queen. There we go. Yeah, it's through emulation, but with like a bunch of it was like a full team of modders that have been working on it to basically bring the emulation up to like PC standards, which is pretty damn cool. Well, that's certainly a icon. You think it's Zhongli Pillar? You think that could be Zhongli Pillar? I can't. It might be Zhongli Pillar. No. Oh, it's the camera. I see it. It's the Charlotte camera. It's Charlotte's Web. It's Charlotte. I adore Bloodborne so much. Same. It's one of the few games I like went out of my way to try to platinum on my PlayStation. The only achievement I was actually missing was just one of the endings, and it was the easy one. I'm literally only missing, like, the easy achievement ending. The AKA, what I like to call the cop-out ending, the I don't want to fight Gurman, I give up. I don't want to fight Gurman, I'm good. That's the only ending I'm missing. I never played it because I never had a PlayStation. That was like the first game I got on my PS4. When I finally got a PS4, that was the first game I got on it. It was Bloodborne I got, and Final Fantasy X and X-2 Remaster. I take my meals cold and quiet. The spirit... Okay, yeah, that's Chongus. Well, that's an easy one.
Take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies. Shinshin infused water with ice is the most effective.
Okay. But yeah, I had a good... Hey, look, my first couple of PS4 games were great because that was like hundreds of hours of game I had. Daily emoji. Bomb. Okay, if this isn't Klee. If this is not Klee. Bomb Fox. Nari? Yeah, Tainari. Because he throws a grenade, and he has fox ears. Okay. Tignaru. Good old Tignaru, my favorite. I love all the FromSoft games, of Bloodborne was my intro. That's a good one to start with. That's a good intro. Bloodborne is really, really good. It's so fast-paced. Also, if your favorite weapon isn't Simon's Bowblade, you're wrong. I'm kidding. I'm mostly kidding. Simon's Bowblade is my favorite weapon in Bloodborne by far. Like, it's Simon's Bowblade and then maybe Moonlight Greatsword, but, like, it's not even close. but everyone loves Moonlight Greatsword. Let's do a round of... It's Ben. It's never Ben. Andy. Oh, it's one of the Cunning Hares, but which one is it? So we have a guarantee now. There's only 3 more Cunning Hares, and we have 3 guesses. It's just a matter of picking out which Cunning Hare it is. So if it's not Anby, it could be Billy Kid. It could be... Go with Nekomata first. Alright, so now it's in between Nicole and... No, it's Nicole. It's always Nicole. She eliminated Billy Kid for me. Yeah, it was always Nicole at that point, because she eliminates Billy Kid. So, that was easy. That was easy. Easy game, easy life. Ugh. Anyway, I'm going to start wrapping things up here, so... As always, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. And thank you so much for participating with the that project, right? Like, being able to get your guys' opinion on most of the 4-star lineup was really helpful, and I think it'll make for a good video once I cut down, like, an hour and a half of it, hopefully. So, that'll take a little while, but hopefully I can get that out by, like, next week. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Excuse me. So, anyway, take care, guys. Cheers, have a good one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So... Bye-bye. Oops, wrong button. End the stream.